Sup, nerds? Welcome to the Omni4Game podcast, episode 40. I am Sean, and I'm joined with Chris and Brandon, as always.
Alright, sup guys, this week's Omni4Game recap. No local recap this time, but we go straight into our EX6 review. We do our comment questions as always, so it's a pretty lengthy discussion on EX6. Look forward to that. So if you like this, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Yeah, no local recap for us this week, guys. Yep. None of us went.
First topic is going to be the set review. None of us went to locals last night. So, EX6 set review. Starting off with, there's only two Tamas, so we got the black one. Is that right? There's only two Tamas in this set?
I'm pretty sure you just have to scroll up.
Thank you. I was like, I could have sworn there were more Tamas in this set. Okay, this makes so much more sense. I was like, bruh, I could have sworn they had box topper alts, air quotes alts, of some of these.
Yeah.
All right, starting off, we got Angie Sakutomon. Your turn, once per turn, when an effect places a Digivolution card with the Legend Arbs trait under this Digimon, gain 1 memory.
I mean, is this the one you just use going forward for Ragna?
Probably if you're playing the black base. I mean, the black base, God. The red base. I think if you're playing the black base, you probably play the Diaboromon still, unless...
It does the exact same thing.
Nah, this one says return 1 card.
Oh, by returning, yeah.
To the hand. I don't know. I haven't messed around with Ragna in this set yet, because I don't think it's going to be any good.
I think the problem is it doesn't... By the way, I've lost my voice, guys. Sorry. I think the problem with it is it doesn't help its consistency, and that's always Ragna's biggest problem.
I agree. I think drawing cards and searching cards is going to be better for that deck, because Ragna's broken if you can see your pieces and combo off on people. The issue is that doesn't happen very often.
Pieces.
Yeah. Then we have Yokomon.
Yeah, one of the only 6 blue cards in this entire set.
Is that an exaggeration?
No.
It's not. There's some half blue cards. Yeah, you got to count the half. And Seraphimon? Are you counting Seraphi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because we have a dual level 5, a 6, and then 1 option card.
Oh, okay. Also, we got to do numbers. What are we giving this?
Oh, since it's not drawing cards, I'll go for like a 3 or 2.
I was gonna go with a 3 because memory gain is still good. It's
not doing what the deck wants it to do.
Yeah, I'll probably I'll go down to a 2.
Yeah, I think it's between a 2 and a 3 for me because it's like it's good for the deck, but like it's not what the deck needs.
Yeah. Right.
All right, Yokomon. When attacking, once per turn, you may place 1 blue level 3 Digimon card from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card.
Okay. Aegis support. I also think it helps with the cards from this set in particular. This set literally has 1 blue line, and that's it.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think the problem with stuff like this is there's no way to... Because it doesn't count as a Digivolution, so you don't get a draw. So you're not replacing the card you tuck.
Yeah. And it's also like when attacking, it's not even like start a main or something.
Right.
Yeah, so I could see some shenanigan-y plays, for example, like just off the top of my head, where let's say you have BT1 Melga, his is a when attacking, so you can swing, tuck the Gomamon, and then trigger Melga to play the Gomamon to draw 2. That's just like the first thing that pops into my head.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how the Aegis-Dramon stuff works, but...
Hold on, would it even see the card you're tucking?
Yeah. Because it's a win attacking, so you could trigger Yoko first.
Yeah.
And then Melga searches the stack for something to play.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, it makes those kind of strategies like slightly more consistent because you don't have to rely on like seeing that Evo line, but...
Yeah. I'll give it like a 3. I don't think it's like crazy.
I'm going to give this a 2.
I would have liked it.
2?
I would have liked it a lot more if it let you tuck 4 or
any
lower.
level. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going down to a 2. I forgot it's only level 3s.
Yeah.
Never mind.
If it was a 4 or lower, I would bump this up because blue, like strats like this, have a lot of really good level 4s. But since it's just 3 or lower, I'm not feeling it. I'm
Yeah.
also going 2.
Mid. Cherubimon. When attacking once per turn by adding the top card of your security stack to the hand, you may place one Digimon card with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-card Angel's trait from your hand to the bottom of your security stack.
Oh, is this the Tama the 3 Great Angel decks just use?
Yeah.
It's the intended Tama. I don't think this is the one you use, but you can.
It's a when attacking effect.
It's when attacking, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think when attacking effects are instantly downgraded with the more ace cards we get, and the set also has several ace cards, and I think when attacking effects are just inherently bad because of that, like if you can't out their stuff before you do it.
I still probably want to give this a 3. I think it's still a pretty good effect.
I mean, also, it's really funny. You could run this in a Magna deck and just be able to trigger his effect just by attacking, because you don't even have to do the second part. You can just swing and add the security to your hand, and then boom, Magna's active.
I'm thinking there's some way Yellow Vaccine or a deck like that could abuse this card. Sean's right though. The when attacking is like a downside of it, but it's still really good. Because if this was a start of your main, like Patamon, you could trigger it where it was like I do this first, then recover, and then you could go Pat effect and then do it again, and it's like, wouldn't that be a little too good?
That'd be sick, but it would force you to only have like you'd have to just be playing angels at that point. So like it would only really help the consistency of the Patamon in the angel deck, but that would be sick.
Yeah, I just see this as like a middle of the road kind of card. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna give this a 2. I don't think you play this in the 3-Great Angels deck.
I agree. 2 is good for me.
I kind of messed around with it, and I think you'd be better off playing Toko or something else in the 3-Great Angels deck.
Draw power is always hard to get rid of.
Yeah. Also, this just being like any when attacking effect from here on out just is not that good to me.
Yeah.
Then we have Kokomon. Your turn once per turn. When an effect suspends one of your Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP for the turn.
I guess that's okay for like an alliance style deck.
Yeah.
But I think I'd still rather run the draw power.
This would have been good forever ago when Bunnies was like strong.
Yeah. Sad.
Don't let Ben hear you say that. He still thinks bunnies are good.
It's just being held down right now by the other top decks.
Yeah.
I'll go for a 2.
I mean, it's 2,000 DP and not 1,000, and in the deck it's played in, it's pretty easy to achieve that effect. So I'll give it like a 3, because 2,000 DP is no joke. It starts to add up with that deck.
It's not a joke, but like you could just play Diaboromon and have 1,000 DP all turns.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're alliancing, like, are you gonna miss that extra 1,000?
Yeah, I'd rather have the all turns. I'll bump it down to a 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a 2.
And that's where I always that's where I always get tripped up in that deck. I always forget Niaro is all turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we kind of already talked about this one.
Kakenmon. Well, this guy's a slightly different effect. Starting your main phase by returning one card with the Legend Arms trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the hand, gain 1 memory.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but don't the new cards like tuck themselves and like cycle through themselves? Doesn't one have an effect where when it gets tucked, it searches?
The old ones do. I don't know if the new ones do, but the new ones do have a hand effect where you can pay memory to tuck them.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it'd be cool if you could like tuck it, let you do your searching with it, and then like return it back. But since it's start of main, I don't think that's gonna be how it works.
Yeah, you'd have to wait a whole turn in order to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'd probably still play the Dory just for the extra draws.
Yeah,
that's my thought process.
Yeah, I think you're either playing this guy or the Diaboromon.
I mean, if you want to play like the full black-red, like hybrid style colors, you are being locked into one of these two. Because of course you wouldn't be able to evo this Zubamon on top of a Dory.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did they decide to do that with this set with the Ragna cards? Don't all the other ones all do red and black?
I think they did it to avoid people abusing cards that weren't intended to be used in the archetype, like Doraemon.
Yeah, like the Infinite Loop Zuba combo.
Yeah, I think they're trying to archetype lock multicolored decks, like as we saw in BT16, to where you can't like use stuff that they didn't intend for you to use.
I get that, but both of these Tamas are their Tamas, so like.
You can Evo both of them on these. This guy Evos.
Oh, okay. Do they?
Yeah,
Yeah, they Evo on
okay.
Sakutamon or Kakenmon for 0.
I get you. Okay, that's just why their Digivolution isn't split. But
Yeah.
it's like a text, a rule. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'll give it like a 2 or a 3, whatever I gave the last one.
I'll also give
I
this
think
a
it's
2.
yeah, I was teetering on a 3 for this. I think the sock, and I'm kind of at the same point, so I'm going 2 as well.
Actually, I think I'm going to give this a 1. I don't think you play this. I just think it's straight up inferior to the other one.
Yeah.
All right, Gate of Deadly Sins. Breeding. Start of your main phase. Place the top card of your Digegg deck as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card and delete all of your Digimon. If this effect deleted, place one card with the 7 Great Demon Lord's trait from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Breeding. End of opponent's turn. By deleting this Digimon with 7 or more cards with different names in its sources, you may play one Unga Bungamon from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable. Breeding your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon with the 7 Great Demon Lord's trait would be played, you may reduce the play cost by 3. If this Digimon has 5 or more cards with different names in its sources, you may reduce the play cost by 4 instead.
I mean, it's just pretty much, what's it called, right?
It's a better Drazel in my opinion.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Drazel.
It doesn't have a restriction to where you can't Evo on your turn.
Oh, right.
It does have a cap on how much you're reducing. The most you could ever reduce is 12. But still, that's really good. That's basically playing any Demon Lord without passing turn, besides like a select few that, if you're choked to 1, that costs like 14.
That's what I was thinking. Was it sounded like there was definitely a cap for the production.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. The ability to be able to Digivolve means you can play other cards.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, it reduces it by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you have 5 or more, you're getting an additional 4? Or is it just 4
it's reducing
instead?
it by 4 instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's you're either capped at 9 or you're capped at 12.
Okay, gotcha.
Depending on how many sources.
Yeah, because you're going to have 3 of these underneath the original one.
Yeah.
So.
I think the way Drazel was worded was a little better for me to understand that, but I get what I'm saying.
I think for the deck it's played in, it's probably like what, a 5?
Yeah.
All right. Well, no, I'll knock a point off. I'll knock a point off. For the deck, it's a 5, obviously, but I'll knock a point off because you can't play this in anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Sean, he's going to try to play this in pre-release if this set had a pre-release. Remember Drazel? I remember Drazel. He hatched that thing first, and he goes, all right.
I was like, oh, this is not working out the way I expected it to.
Luckily, there's no pre-release for this one.
Yeah, well, this guy doesn't limit you from Evoing, because this wouldn't even really be a huge deal if you open some 7 Great Demon Lords, or some of them are rares.
I'm still staying at 5, just because this card lets you drop Unga Bungamon, and that's pretty nutty, especially since it's end of your opponent's turn, so they literally can't do anything to it. You just get to start your turn with Unga Bunga on the board. That's pretty good.
I'm going to give it a 4. So I've tested against some first iterations of Ben's 7 Great Demon Lords deck. The deck is really strong into certain types of decks. However, decks that don't care about their board getting destroyed, or decks that can't have their board destroyed, kind of just laugh at this deck.
Numa and Magna.
Correct. They kind of just laugh at this deck. Ben has since updated his list. He said it's much stronger, which I'm sure is the case, but I don't know if it's strong enough. I think
How does this deck do against a merciful mode?
Honestly, I don't think
resets them, right?
It does, but not as much as you would think.
Yeah, because they're still going to have the ability to like reduce costs and stuff like that, so it probably just outs the merciful.
Oh yeah, dude! Like your merciful mode's not staying on the field.
I mean, this deck still just loses. This deck still just loses to a level 3 though, right?
It does. So when I
Not
was
as hard.
when I was testing versus Ben, he actually never got to the point where Unga Bunga was live, but I had a Pillowmon in my hand ready to just play it to pass turn. Anytime he was going to have 7 sources, he just never got to 7 sources because I was killing him before that. But yeah, if you just play a pillow or the equivalent to pass turn, they literally have to out that pillow on their turn and then wait a whole other turn before they Unga Bunga you.
Right,
so
and
the
you're
end of
going to be
turn
holding
can
the
be
other
first as
one.
well.
Exactly. So like it kind of does lose to rookies, although the deck itself is still extremely strong. So like they don't need Unga Bunga to kill you.
Right.
Yeah, because the Beals has extra aggression.
Yeah, the Beals has rush, and also if they have a chaos mode on the field, the chaos mode plays something else out when it would leave the field. So like they can actually maintain board presence on you and like wombo you. It is kind of tricky for them to get aggressive with you. Besides the Beals though, I think Beals X is probably another answer. To have some more security go away on your opponent's field, but
All right.
yeah,
Well,
I think it's a 4. Cool deck, but loses to rookies. Zubamon. Hand main by paying 1 cost and placing this card as the bottom resolution card of one of your Digimon that's level 3 or has the Legend Arms trait. That Digimon gets 4,000 DP for the turn. Your turn once per turn when an effect places a Digivolution card under this Digimon, draw 1. Inheritable, your turn, this
Does he see
Digimon gets
himself?
2,000.
Does he see himself get tucked, so you get a draw after putting him in?
That's not as inheritable. That is his effect. So, like, if you put something underneath him,
Oh,
Could
fair.
you-
he would see himself if that were an inheritable, but it's not.
that
If I-
one starts
yeah.
main phase, and then his is just a main. Damn. Okay, so there's no way to loop this with that Tama.
Unfortunately.
I mean, it's good because that's some of the consistency. I wish one of the Tamas said when a card gets tucked,
Draw.
Draw
a card.
one.
Yeah,
Probably
but
make it a
that's what
turn though. But yeah.
that's what I guess the Dorymon's gonna have to be for. I mean, I guess with at least the red Tama, the first time you do it, it's for free
Yeah.
because you're gaining the memory.
For this guy, anyway, I think you start
Yeah.
paying more memory when you go to, like, this 5s and 6s.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a good way to get your sources under there quicker. So I mean, I'll give it a 4 because I think it's still a very good effect.
I was gonna say 3.
3, yeah, maybe a 3.
I would give it a 3.
Yeah, I'll bump it down. Well, the DP is what, 2,000 DP? That's good DP too. So
Ragna doesn't care about DP. He's gonna be massive.
he's gonna be big boy.
Yeah.
He's already like base 15, so
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3, and the artwork is very good.
Artwork is very cute. All right. Zuba Eagermon. Hand main by paying 1 cost. Place this card as the bottom source of one of your Digimon that's level 4 or has a Legend Arms trait. The Digimon gets 4,000 DP for the turn. Your turn once per turn when an effect places a source under this Digimon, it gains Raid and Piercing for the turn, and the inheritable gets 2,000 on your turn.
I'm gonna give this card like a solid 5. That's really, you don't think so?
I mean for a level 4, it's only for him.
Oh, you can only do it on a level 4? I thought it had to be like a level 4 or higher.
You can do it on a Legend Arms of any level or a level 4. So
I mean,
remember
Raid
this
and
this
Piercing?
effect is his effect. It's not the
But yeah,
it's not the
Raid
inheritable.
Piercing is his effect.
Yeah.
Oh,
If it gave
okay,
4,000
okay.
DP and you got Raid Piercing, I think
Right.
you might have an argument, but
I'll go with a 3. I mean, you do get I mean, just by tucking that Zubamon under the Zuba Eagermon, he's gonna be like 10,000 DP.
No, because that's when
plus
he
6.
gets tucked.
Yeah, he's gonna be 10,000 DP with Raid and Piercing if you do that.
Yeah, so, no, the Zubamon also gives 4,000 brand when he gets tucked, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Plus, you have to
so he'll
count
be
his inheritable as well, which is 2,000.
yeah, so 10,000.
Well, 10,000's from the if you tuck the Zuba under the Zuba Eager, that would give you 6.
Oh, just 6?
Yeah.
So you'd be 10.
Okay, that's right.
4 plus 6.
The
You were right.
Zuba, the Zuba gives draw. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, I guess. I'll bump it down to a 4. I still think Raiden Piercing is really good on a level 4.
Well, I mean, just wait till you see the level 5. Level 5 does
I think this is
quite
a
lot
3.
too.
I think you're
A 3.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
I'll
most
give-
of the
I'll-
time is 3, honestly.
Yeah,
Hey, you
I
don't
think
have to-
these
you
are
don't
good
have
for
to-
their archetype, but like they're not like broken.
You don't have to twist my nipples, okay? I'll go down to a 3.
But I do it anyway.
I mean, listen, just because we're giving it 3s doesn't mean you have to give it 3s.
Yeah,
right?
no one's pressuring you to change your score.
This
We're
is
just gonna judge
this
you.
is our podcast.
Diaboromon, hand main by paying 2 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of your Digimon that's level 5 or has a Legend Arms trait. That Digimon gains security attack +1 for the turn, and your turn, once per turn when an effect places a source under this Digimon, it gains raid and piercing for the turn. And heritable, your turn once per turn when this Digimon's attack target is switched, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack.
Now remember, it's when something is placed under him, he gets rate
Yeah.
piercing.
He
Yeah.
gets Raiden Piercing.
Yeah, and then when you tuck him under something, that's when you get security check +1.
Yes.
I'm loving all these effects and everything. It just like I could see you just running out of cards in your hand though. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem like there's a consistent way to.
It does seem
Keep
like
your
you're investing a lot of
resources.
your resources into one stack that hopefully.
Well, I mean,
doesn't
that
If
is
they
the whole
would have
point.
just made the Tama, if they just would have made the
Yeah.
Tama draw 1.
Mhm.
Like I really like these effects. I think they're really good, and Ragna is a 1-stack deck, but it's just like it's also a piece deck, like a combo deck. So it's like
it is.
Yeah.
you know,
And because
so
of its dual color nature, it makes using the training and the boost cards extraordinarily difficult to use. So you
Yeah.
can't really play any huge consistency boosters.
You have to use the archetype cards, which is like something alliance from the starter deck.
Yeah.
you know, I'm thinking that one of the Tamas. I swear, when you tuck something, you draw a card that's not
Doraemon.
Doraemon. No, I think it's one of the older ones, right?
I can check.
The older ones gain a memory when you swing with a level 7.
Swing. Even
well, the
even
original
starter
ones, I
deck
should
one.
say. I can't remember what the starter deck ones do off the top of my head.
All right. I still think this is a really good card. I'll probably go like 3 or 4, somewhere around there.
I would give this a 3. The Inheritable is strong,
Only-
but
Yeah.
it's archetype locked.
And still, 2 memory to tuck something is also not bad either. I'd like to tuck it underneath something.
Yeah, I am curious if these are going to be restricted by color. Like, if you don't have the source color, can you activate this? I guess it's a Digimon effect. So the answer is no, you don't have to have the color in play. Because it is a Digimon, but...
Right.
Did you find it yet, Brandon?
I'm looking at all of them, and so far they're not good.
Yeah, I knew they weren't very good.
The original ones are
is-
pretty bad.
Yeah, the original ones already are very bad because you have to be a level 7. Like,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, these newer ones, like the starter deck one, is black, and its effect is like. Let me go back to it so I can read it verbatim. Your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon with Legends Arm, you gain a memory.
Oh,
That's right.
It has to be by an effect
Okay.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's straight by an effect. Gain a memory.
bad. Okay, noted.
Yeah, it's bad. Okay.
Durandamon. Hand main by paying 3 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of your Digimon that's level 6 or has the Legend Arms trait. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as that Digimon. When it also just statically has Raid and Piercing.
Nice.
When Digivolving, one of your Digimon may attack. Inheritable, Piercing. Your turn while this Digimon is RagnaLordmon. The security effects on cards checked by this Digimon don't activate.
Why don't they just give him Blitz?
Well, honestly, the when
one of your
Digivolving
Digimon
allowing you to
is
attack
somebody
is
else.
actually better than Blitz.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, it's one of your Digimon, so you can have somebody else attack.
That and also just this, the effects like this are better than Blitz. Like an example of
You don't
why
have to be
that's
passing turn.
exactly. If you recall, you even into something that had Blitz, but your opponent still
Yeah.
turned from you and you still didn't get to attack.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
this gotta be a 4, right?
I think this is the first 4, yes.
Yes, I agree. Of course, you'd
That's
want the
so
level
good.
6 to be kind of broken.
Yeah.
I mean,
broken.
it's gonna blow up just any Digimon because
He's gonna be
just
massive.
having
He's gonna
Yeah, he's
try
gonna be
to.
big.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. Target Magna. Okay, he's unaffected.
Yeah,
All right,
lol.
cool. Never
All
mind.
right,
Never
well.
mind.
All right, our first DNA Ace card. So, RagnaLordmon Ace. So you can blast DNA Digivolve. It has to be Durandamon and Bryludramon specifically, and
I can't wait for the first time Caleb tries to play this deck, and he's gonna have Durandamon and Briar on the field, and he's just gonna be looking at you, and you're just like,
So
Well, they don't even have to be on the board.
yeah, you only have to have one of them in play
Oh,
for
that's
for
right.
blast
Okay.
DNAs.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just generic red and black level 6 for 0. Has raid and reboot. On play / when digivolving, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and this Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Then, if DNA Digivolving, de-evo 1 all of your opponent's Digimon and delete one of their Digimon.
Overflow 5.
Yeah, Ace Overflow 5 for level 7.
I mean, it's good. I just feel like if this was in a deck that was more consistent, it'd be a lot scarier.
Yes, 100%.
So
This would be
how do you
terrifying.
how do you do the blast DNA? You just have to have one of
So,
them.
You have to have
yeah.
one of them in play, and then you have to have
Yep.
the other in hand.
in hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why, for those wondering, if you ever see a Blast DNA deck playing Geni, it's because you can have Geni on the board, your opponent will swing at you, you can tap the Geni to promote your card, and then blast DNA into it.
Yeah, I think you probably play some number of Geni in this deck, and I think probably you should do it in Mastemon as well, because otherwise your opponent can easily play around your ace play.
The thing is, this is a very good like counter card, which is what ace cards are. Counter card. And it just like, but the other Ragna is so much more aggressive.
The other Ragna is straight up just like, I'm killing you.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna
the
win the
thing
game
is-
right here.
Yeah. But I could see playing like at least you have to play probably max number of the old Ragna, the starter deck one, and then you could probably play like 2 copies of this and be okay. Because this would be your like answer to like cards like Magna, right? Like if they have like
Assuming it's not the vaccine variant.
right, it's not the vaccine one where they can touch their security user like V armors where
They get
haven't
blown
been
out
able
by this card.
yeah, where you can
They get bent.
de-digivolve it. Yeah. So it's still a
Also,
really good card.
we're not going to sit there and act like having cards be absolutely no security effects, period, isn't good. Like, that's great. Like, it doesn't activate Tamers, it doesn't activate Digimon, it doesn't activate nothing.
It's a very strong effect. They've only given it to 2
Imperial.
decks. Perperial and then this deck.
Yeah.
I want to give this probably a solid 4.
Chris, I would love to see you try to play this deck, because I know you play Ragna.
I do
Back
love
in the old
Ragna.
days.
love
I was
him too,
playing
he just sucks.
OG Ragna. OG Ragna.
BT3
Yeah, I feel
Ragnar.
like
Yeah.
this version of Ragna plays a bit more like OG Ragna.
Yeah, because you
Instead
can
of, like,
definitely
the newer
just
Ragna that plays cards out.
yeah, you can definitely just one stack this.
I just wish they had an end of turn DNA card like Flamedramon. Like it makes
They
me
do.
want to play.
Wasn't
Do
that in the
they?
starter deck?
Is it one of the starter deck cards?
I'll go
Because
check.
I remember.
Oh, I'm sure they have
The
Yeah,
level
I kind of
5s. The level 5s
Is it
from
the
the
level
starter
5s?
deck.
Okay.
Yeah, they have end of
It's not
turn.
too bad. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably try and throw it together. I'm assuming the Ragna's a super rare, right?
Yeah, he is.
The rest are all
Yeah,
rares.
he's an SR.
Okay. I mean, I only plan on buying like probably one of these boxes. I'll probably have to pick up singles.
He'll be cheap.
Yeah, I didn't plan on buying too many of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said my number, but I'll give him a 4. He's definitely he's a reason to try to cope and build the deck, but you're not gonna have a good time against competitive
Yeah,
decks.
I still think the other one's just better.
I agree.
I will say the artwork on all these cards have been like really good.
Definitely, I agree on that.
And
I
yeah,
say that
Sean is correct. Sean is correct. Both the level 5s of the starter deck have the end of turn DNA skill.
Okay. I do think it's getting to a point where your ratios are going to look really weird, like, because a lot of these cards are really good, and obviously this new stuff works with the old stuff, but how well does the old stuff work with the new stuff?
So I will say the old Briar Ludramon, you might end up playing it because its inheritable is you're unaffected by your opponent's Digimon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, you mean the one?
like,
you don't mean the old one. You mean the starter deck one.
Starter
Yeah,
deck,
starter
sorry,
deck.
starter
The
deck. Not
old
OG
one
the OG
from BT3, I think, just gives you blocker as an inheritable.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you just pick a line and just play that, and then like play 4 copies of the Briar Ludramon. You know what I
The
mean?
level 2.
Like just pick one color, so
And
your deck
stick
will
with
be able.
that.
Yeah, so you can play the memory boost or the training cards, and not worry about missing cards.
That might actually be a good idea.
That's how I'm thinking about playing it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously the red's always been more aggressive with like DP and security attacks, and the black's always been like T Evo or like defensive, like blocker
Be
and stuff like
bad.
that.
Be bad in
Reboot.
black.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if you just because there's enough cards now where you can just play one color of the line.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
that might honestly be the best way to build this. That'd be interesting to see see your build.
Yeah, because then you can play the memory cards, like the consistency cards.
Yeah.
Now that I have the starter deck pulled up, Legends Arm Alliance, their delay card, what it does exactly is you may play. It's a 4-cost option, double color, by the way.
Yep.
No way to ignore color requirement, unfortunately. So you may play one Digimon with Legends Arm in its trait and a play cost of 7 or less from your hand without paying the memory cost. Then place this card in your battle area. Main delay, you can activate blah 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 delay explanation. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Place those cards on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Security does the main effect and then places the battle area.
Yeah.
You won't even. Yeah, I won't even play that. It's too slow at this point.
It's too slow.
that was for the cards that came in the starter deck, which like let you chain tuck your sources. But yeah, you wouldn't need that in the kind of list you're talking about. All right. Biomon has blocker, inheritable, has jamming.
Bad card, bad. I mean, okay, I can't say that because Gao plays this, Mirage plays this, just because it gives jamming.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
Betamon.
Does this just replace Betamon?
No, you play both. I've seen lists where you play the Gaomon that forces you to draw, you play the Betamon, and then you play the Biomon. That's it. That's your level 3.
The level 3s are just like because the deck.
I don't think you even have to play the Gaomon anymore because you might just play the Gomamon to be unblockable. You can't have the attack.
Oh yeah, true. I think you have to play Gomamon now because otherwise you just lose to Magna X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have like 4 or 5 rookies to pick from now, depending on how you want to make your Mirage build. But I've seen this mainly used as a Mirage card.
Yeah, their level 3s have always been like the weakest part of the Mirage deck.
Yeah. I'll give this a 3. This is definitely just generically good for stupid blue decks like that.
Agreed, 3. It's just middle of the like jamming.
Especially non-super strict archetype specific blue. Like if you can just play any level 3s you want, is really good.
I gotta say I'm tired of them giving more and more just random generic jamming cards, especially level 3s to blue. It's like the one color that doesn't need more.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave it to a level 2 and that was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the level 2 actually had stipulations. Like this one's just straight up, you just have it.
Yeah, you just have it, dude. However you say this, Mon. On play, draw 1. If played from Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory. Inheritable, jamming.
I think it's Jakku? Jakue?
However you want to say
I know
it.
that X has to be like a Jakue? I don't know.
Yeah.
However you want to say it, man. I'm not trying.
Burr. This is the Burr.
I'm guessing you can do stuff with this line that allows you to do that.
This entire line seems to be playing stuff from your sources.
Because what's its trait and stuff?
I think when we were doing
it's an
like
avian, but it rule trait has aquatic type.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Okay.
I think when we were doing the weekly reveals, we were looking at these cards and saying they were probably Aegis support.
Something like that.
This is like the first set where we actually were at the weekly reveals.
You know what? I would okay, but here's the thing, right? Because it just has jamming as inheritable. We can't say the same thing for Biomon and then not say
Biomon's better
because
because it's a level 3. You can just put that in your opening turn
oh
hat,
yeah,
and
this is a
you
level
have
4.
jamming.
Never mind. You're right. This is level 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, two.
too. I don't think it's seeing play unless you're playing it for fun Aegis style deck.
Yeah, this card's whatever. Hawk Tuamon. On play / when Digivolving, you may play one blue level 3 Digimon card from one of your blue Digimon sources without paying the cost. Inheritable when attacking by placing one of your other blue Digimon as this Digimon's bottom source. Unsuspend this Digimon.
Extra swings are always cool in blue decks, especially since you're probably always going to have jamming now. But yeah, I mean, on play when Digivolving, whatever.
This is a 2.
Yeah.
It's a 2 for me, dog.
Yeah, this whole line seems weird. It's probably not gonna. It's pack filler.
Yeah. Zhang Pangmon. On play / when Digivolving, you may place up to 3 of your other blue Digimon as this Digimon's bottom sources. Then return all other level 4 or lower Digimon to the hand. For each card placed by this effect in this Digimon's sources, add 1 to the level this effect may return. Your turn. Once per turn, when an effect places a source card under this Digimon, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Aqua or Sea Animal and one of its traits from this Digimon's sources without paying the cost. That's kind of nasty.
I would say this is like actually a pretty good card, if not for the fact that like we're in EX6.
This kind of dunks on Nume.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is you probably lose to everything else.
Yeah, I was about to say you're not doing anything to anybody else.
This is like Davis.
mean-
It's like really good into Nume, but just loses to like most other things.
This deck's event is starting to kind of remind me of something like Numamon, where it's just like they're gonna keep just throwing cards at the wall until somebody figures out like a list that works. Because when I remember playing Aegis Digimon, there you do start to spam the board when you start playing your cards out from underneath, and so eventually someone's gonna figure something out and something's gonna stick. Because that is really nasty. Because you're just gonna bounce someone's entire board.
Yeah, just
straight.
imagine like a Numamon player has like their entire board swarmed. They have like a Mons AX. They got everything, and you're just like a Mirage player, and you're like, oh no, what do I do? Promote my level 5. I have my memory setter out. Hard play a level 3. Evo into this dude. Wipe your board.
I don't know if you do this in Mirage. I think Mirage
I don't think you would either.
already has a good
just saying that'd
matchup
be
in Nume.
hilarious.
But I think this is a top end in some kind of spam deck. Because you could just hard play this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. On play. Oh,
And then
doesn't Aegis let you on play a guy from his source?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy also can he will also play something else out. So like you hard play him, tuck stuff, and then trigger his your turn effect to also play something back out. So like if you have a level 5 or lower that you want to play back out that also has an on play, like you get that too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You start to spam the board real quick. And the Gomamon, when it gets played out, you just draw 2 cards. So you're always your hand's always full. So like I said, someone's gonna figure something out with this.
Yeah, there's definitely
That'd be a fun
potential.
deck.
I'm gonna give this a 4. There's definitely potential for this card. That's a very
Agreed.
strong effect.
4.
As of one of the only good blue cards in the set of the 8, I think. Now that I counted, I think it's 8 blue cards.
I think Seraphimon's also a good blue card. Salamon. Start your main phase. If you have a purple Digimon or Tamer, gain 1 memory. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Okay, so this is the start of Mastemon, obviously.
It is. It evos on top of purple or yellow for 0.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is good for Maste. Do they play it? I mean, I'd assume they'd play it, right?
It was in Ben's list, and I think you probably should. I think it's probably one of the best ones you can play besides, like, the one from BT16 and the end of turn DNA one.
I mean, because let's say you have Mireille on the board, that's just 2 memory for promoting this little guy.
Uh-huh.
That's really good.
I'll probably give it like a 3.
I will give it a 3 as well.
I was also thinking 3.
All right, we have Lucemon.
I didn't even know this little guy existed. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't either. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with the Angel or Archangel trait and 1 card with the 3 Great Angels trait among them to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of the deck. When attacking inheritable, once per turn, if this Digimon has the Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angels trait, draw 1.
Very good support for the 3 Great Angels deck.
And this has
Definitely.
Angel trait, so it can search itself.
Yeah, I was about to say it's literally going to be a 4 of in that deck.
Yeah, that's any not generic searcher, but any searcher that can search itself plus your entire archetype is really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4.
Yeah, I think if that inherited was just slightly better, like it wasn't a when attacking, I think we'd be a little better spot.
Yeah, but it seems
like maybe if maybe one of your archangels or something was like played by an effect, draw 1. Because I know that's kind of what this deck does.
Yeah. I think it's still a 3. Like, I kind of messed around with the 3 Great Angels deck, and I had this guy as a 4 of. I can't remember if I ended up cutting him or not after playing him. Like, he's good, but he's not, like, broken. I think I ended up cutting him and just playing memory boosts. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I don't know, just bodies that search are not as good as, like, setup cards that search. Like, I would much rather pay 3 memory for memory boost over this guy.
I guess that makes sense. I see your point.
But yeah, he's good for the archetype. I don't know if you'd end up playing him because, like, you're playing 4 BT14 Pata, you're playing 4 BT16 Pata. If you want to play 12 rookies, he's probably your 12th rookie, like if you want to play 4 of him, but I think I ended up cutting him and like running like 11 rookies maybe.
Okay.
I don't know if
I can definitely see what you're
cut
saying.
him for another Patamon, I think. He's good though. Lucemon.
Another Lucy boy.
Evil's on top of Cherubimon for 5 memory. When this card would be played from the hand, if you don't have this text is very small. If you don't have a level 5 or lower Digimon, reduce the play cost by 5. Start your main phase / on play. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Angel, Archangel, 3 Great Angels, or 7 Great Demon Lords trait among them to the hand. Trash the rest. End of your turn once per turn by placing 1 of your level 6 Digimon on top of your security stack. This Digimon may evo into Lucemon Chaos Mode from your trash without paying the cost.
Very good. Very
a
lot
good.
A
lot of words.
I think every Lucemon card we've had printed so far is playable, and that's pretty good.
Yeah. This is really good in 7 Great Demon Lords.
Yeah, because they're generically trashing cards, which is going to speed up your engine. And on top of that, he just goes into Chaos Mode if he's able to, I should say.
Yeah, and Chaos Mode's probably the best 7 Great Demon Lord in that deck.
I mean, you're almost...
Chaos Mode.
Yeah, you're almost always going to be playing this dude for 5. Because if you're playing Demon Lords, like, you're only ever hard playing level 6s for a reduced cost. So you could play a level 6 out, and then play this dude to end your turn, and then just go into Chaos Mode right there and then also recover 1. Like, this is a very good card. Yeah,
this is the Diaboromon of 7 Great Demon Lords, except for it also lets you combo into the best 7 Great Demon Lord.
Yeah, 100%. This is very good. This is a 5 for me. He has so much utility for the deck. Like, if I'm going to give something from this deck a 5 that's not Unga Boonga, it's this guy.
I think this is a 4. I think what I want to give a 5 to is actually Chaos Mode.
How dare you disagree?
If Chaos Mode doesn't exist, this guy's not a 5.
How can I give this a 5 if you're giving it a 4? How can that happen?
I don't know. Ask Chris.
I was also thinking of 4.
Yeah, I think it's a really good card, but what makes it like super broken is the card it goes into, which I think is what's actually deserving of a 5.
Yeah. I don't know. I might play Demon Lords. I never played Royal Knights. Maybe I'd try this deck out.
This deck is way better than Royal Knights, straight up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you both played Royal Knights. I never touched it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is my time to act up.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun deck, and like I said, it's better than Royal Knights.
Yeah. Get some use out of those Leviamons we got.
Uh-huh. Yep.
'Cause, we don't use this one.
You definitely don't, dude. The Levima from the set's a joke compared to the old one.
All right.
Angemon. Barrier. Inheritable. When attacking once per turn, the Digimon has the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angel's trait. Draw 1.
Okay. I mean, yeah, okay. At least he's a vaccine, I guess, so he works with the vaccine engine already.
Yeah, he's a
And
vaccine angel type.
I will say, having Barrier on a level 4 is really good. When you can play cards like Magna and Angelomon.
It doesn't hit like it used to with the prevalence of Ace cards.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to sit there and be like, ooh, bad card, bad. Like, it's okay. It's usable.
Yeah, I give this a 3. I can't remember if I ended up cutting this from my list, but I remember not being pleased with it.
Yeah, I definitely was stuck on a 2 or a 3.
Like, both of those effects are good. I think you have better options in this deck, but you could still end up playing this.
Yeah. It's just like borderline playable, which makes it not as good as the other cards, because the other cards are probably just, this is objectively better.
Yeah.
Also, I love the artwork for this Gatomon, how it says like almost every iteration of Gatomon on the art.
It does. It has Uver, Black Gato, Meikumon,
and whatever the hell that other one is
I think
called.
that's good Meiku. That's good Meiku and evil Meiku.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure.
Because I'm pretty sure that's just the Calico version of Gatomon.
Oh, you could be right. I don't know.
Because it's the one from the Leomon deck, Chris. What is it called? Right?
Lilamon?
Something like that. No, that's the level 3. It was the level 4 from that deck you never played.
It's
going to bother me. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. Gatomon. On play / when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Angel, Archangel, or Fallen Angel trait and 1 Mirror among them to your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck. Inheritable. When attacking, once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
Okay, maybe it wasn't this set.
So this is definitely a 4 of in Mastemon.
Oh, 100%.
I still only think it's a 3, though. It's just a good searcher.
At least it searches your Tamer as well.
Yeah, that's one thing the deck was missing, was the ability to search the Tamer.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I'd also give it a 3. I do wish the Inheritable was like 2,000 till the end of your opponent's turn, but that probably would have been too good.
Yeah, I think they should probably like not dish out DP until the end of your opponent's turn as willy-nilly as some of these cards have.
That lightly.
Yeah, they should not handle that effect lightly because that's very powerful.
Yeah, for real.
Then we have Archai Angemon. Rule trait has Angel in its type. On play / when Digivolving, by adding the top or bottom card of your security stack to the hand, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for the turn. Then you may place one Digimon card with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angel's trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. Inheritable. Opponent's turn, all of Digimon with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angel's trait gains blocker.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm stuck on a 3 or a 2. I mean,
as far as like the level 5s go, I'm not sure. I mean, Sean, you'd probably be able to tell me, does this card see play?
Yeah, I just wouldn't imagine you play these over the Ace cards.
Yeah, so the issue with the 3-Great Angels deck, which is obviously what this is intended for, you have so many good level 5s that this guy just has a hard time making the cut. Like, okay, I think he's a 2. If we didn't have so many good level 5s, I'd probably bump him up to a 3, but you just don't play him because he's just not good enough.
Yeah. All right, so I finally found Calico Gatomon. It's called Meikumon. It's a green level 4, which is where I was mistaken.
Oh, it's the Leopardmon card.
Yeah, Leopardmon. Yeah, so, yeah, that's what that is.
Are we good with this? Okay. Angelomon has Barrier. On play / when Digivolving, if you have a Mirror, one of your opponent's Digimon gains crit attack -2 until the end of their turn. If you don't have a Mirror, you may play one Mirror from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, your turn. While this Digimon has the Angel or 3 Great Angels trait, it gains Alliance.
Okay. Mastemon having access to Alliance is pretty good.
It also makes sense.
Being able to play your Tamer, also very good. Especially since most of the Miraes are 4 and 5 cost. So.
Yes, all of them are, in fact.
Yeah, I don't know why I said most of. But
like the majority of the 2 cards we have named Mirai, yes, are 4 and 5 cost.
It was technically not inaccurate.
It's technically not wrong, yes. 100% is the majority.
Grammatically and continuity, a little shaky.
This is a 4 for me.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, I was going to say 4.
Just
very good card.
Yeah, everything you mentioned. It's just incredibly strong for the deck. It speeds up Mastemon, giving it Alliance, really strong.
Oh my god, I forgot these cards were in this set.
Yep. Gokumon. On play / when attacking, one Digimon may gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. Then if Digicrossing, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. All turns when this Digimon will leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon card from this Digimon's Digivolution card to the hand. You can Digicross this guy with Sanzomon, Sagomon, and Chohakaimon. -2. Oh yeah, thank you, -2. I was like, where's the number? Inheritable. When attacking, once per turn, one Digimon may gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn.
Yeah, so this is like a little mini archetype deck they threw in this set.
Yeah.
Weird. But I mean, yeah, we're going to talk about the rest of them later. But the ability to play these guys out for potentially 1 memory, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if this deck's going to see play like Deva's did.
For the cost of 4 cards in your hand, you may play this level 5 for 1 memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a 2 or a 1 for me. I just don't see it.
I mean, it'll make more sense once we get to the boss monster of the deck. But yeah, this deck's not going to see play.
Yeah, I think across the board, all these are 2s for me. Like,
I say this deck's not going to see play, but I feel like somebody's going to play this deck.
Yeah, it won't see competitive play, but you will probably see it at your locals.
We might see it at our locals.
Sagomon. On play / when attacking, one Digimon may gain security attack -1 to the end of your opponent's turn. Then if crossing, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until the end of their turn. All turns when this Digimon will leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon card from the sources to the hand. Cross -2, Sanzo, Goku, Chohakaimon. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, one Digimon may gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn.
I mean, I think this is already a little better because the stun effect is better than the Goku. Bleeding a 6K is like kind of stupid.
You are correct. It is marginally better than the Gokumon, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot.
All right, Goku's a 1. That one's a 2.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah. Goku 1, Sego a 2. Sanzomon, boob. On play / when on play / when attacking. Oh, they're all okay. For some reason, I was thinking
Digivolve. They were all that way, right?
They are. I just missed it. One Digimon may gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. Then, if crossing, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Goku, Sagomon, Chohakaimon, and Shakamon among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. All turns when this Digimon leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon card from this Digimon's sources to the hand. Digicross -2, Goku, Segu, Chohakai. Inheritable when attacking. Once per turn, one Digimon may gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. I'm sorry, this one's a 3. I forgot about this one.
Yeah, this one's a 3.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
I will say it is cool how you're going to be recycling these cards. Like we were joking, like, oh, for 4 cards you get to play this guy for 1. But anytime it's going to be attempting to like get removed, you just put it back in your hand.
Just one card though.
Huh?
Just 1 card though. You're still net losing 2 cards.
Yeah, but it's all turns, not once per turn.
When would this potentially leave the battle area and then end up not leaving? The answer is that's not a thing. It would have to have a secondary protection effect, which it does not have.
Doesn't the level, not the big guy have it? We'll get to it.
Well, the big guy wouldn't have this effect because it's their effect, not his.
Yeah, but what if he has it?
The archetype sucks. Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
Brandon's on copium randomly.
No, I'm just pointing stuff out.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
On play / when attacking, Chokamon. One Digimon may gain secure attack -1 to the end of your opponent's turn. Then if crossing, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP and blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. All turns when this Digimon leave the battle area, return 1 yellow Digimon card from this Digimon's sources to the hand. Digicross -2, Sanzo, Goku, Seigo, and Heritable. When attacking, once per turn, one Digimon may gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn.
Bad.
2 or 1.
Yeah, I think this is
One.
I think this is a 1 or a 2.
Like, it just gives 3000 DP and blocker. Cool, I guess.
Yeah.
If it gave DP, like, stacked for every card you crossed with it, so it was, like, so big that your opponent just couldn't, but it's only going to be 10k.
Yeah.
Also, ugly card is ugly. I don't like the big pig head.
Agreed. Venusmon Ace. Eves on top of Angelomon for 3, otherwise red or yellow for 4. Obviously is a blast card. On play / when digivolving, by trashing the top or bottom card of your security stack, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8000 DP until the end of their turn. All turns once per turn when a card is removed from your security stack. If it's your turn, this Digimon may gain security attack +1 for the turn and attack. If it's your opponent's turn, recover +1.
I'm wondering if this could find its way into Numon.
I
So
mean,
this card can attack during your opponent's turn.
no. Only on your turn does it gain that effect. If
Well, it
it's
says
your
all
opponent,
turns once per turn.
if it's your opponent's turn, you recover.
Oh, got it. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay, so if he comes out during your opponent's turn, it recovers 1, and of course you get the neg DP.
Yeah.
I would say
could
it's like really, really like busted if it wasn't just one body got neg 8k. But I mean, neg 8k is still really good.
Until the end of your opponent's turn, too.
Yeah.
I think it could find its way into Magna. Or not Magna, Numon.
The
I think you still
issue,
use Valk.
yeah, the issue I have with this card is in
Play
most
both.
situations, Valk is probably better. This card is better into specifically Magna X.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
In all of the situations, Valk is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Angelomon into Ophani just clears a Magna, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of
Well,
the turn, yeah.
What I was thinking was you could add them on, target their card, the Magna is forced to attack, and then you digivolve into this, and if you have the blocker and Heritable underneath it, you just block their attack and kill it, right?
Nope.
But then they just...
No, because
Yeah.
then the neg DP would kill it.
No.
Yeah. No?
Edamon's -3, she's -8, that's -11. Magna's 12k.
Well, that's why I was saying the blocker.
Yeah, if you have the blocker and Heritable.
You trash a card to trigger her effect. What does that allow your Magna X opponent to do?
He immediately becomes invulnerable. Yeah, it feels bad.
Damn.
He's immediately
Never
back up to
mind.
whatever
Not a you
DP he
mazed
wants
it.
to be at.
No, yeah, 'cause in order to get the neg 8, you have to trash the security.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Tag nabbit. Never mind. Give this card like a 3. I still think it's pretty good.
It's a 3 or
It'll
a
be
4.
really- Yeah, it'll be good in its deck.
Yeah, I really like the fact that it's -8k into the end of your opponent's turn. Honestly, the part of this card I don't like is the fact that it doesn't recover if you do it on your turn. I think if it just recovered, I think if it had the same effect as Angelomon, it would be way better in my eyes.
Yeah.
But being proactive with this card on your turn kind of screws you out of a security card, which sucks. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's a strong card.
All right, the other good blue card in the set.
Yep, Cherubimon Ace. Eves on top of Magna Angemon for 3, otherwise blue or yellow for 4. Obviously Blast Evos. On play / when digivolving, recover +1. And then all turns, once per turn, when a card is added to your security stack, return one of your opponent's Digimon with as high or lower a level as the number of cards in your security stack to the hand.
Okay. I mean, having generic bouncing is pretty good, especially for a deck that is part yellow and gets to recover a lot. It's just like Shakuamon, the DNA Shakua.
It is, except for his bounce effect is just a all turns once per turn effect, so you can trigger it every single turn if you want.
Yep, very good.
Yeah, I think he's a 4 to me.
Yeah, solid 4.
The issue that I have with him, which is the same as Ofani, is the fact that I think Valk is better in most situations.
Yeah, Valk is better generically. These are going to be very good in their own deck.
Yeah.
Which I think you can play Valk in this deck, right?
You can. It doesn't have any synergy with the deck besides being yellow, because it's not a vaccine and it's not a 3-grid angel.
Oh, okay.
But you can still play it because of how strong it is.
Yeah, because it's a warrior, isn't it? Or something like that.
He's a warrior data type.
Yep.
Okay. Alright. Next good card.
Mastemon Ace. Hand counter Blast Evos, specifically Blast DNAs with Angelomon and Lady Devimon. That means one of them has to be in play, the other one has to be in your hand. On play / when Digivolving, you may play one level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Angel, Archangel, or Fallen Angel trait from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Then if DNA Digivolving, place one other Digimon to the bottom of its owner's security stack and trash the top card of your opponent's security stack until there are 4 cards in their security stack.
I bet you thought you recovered all those and it would matter. Joke's on you, it did not.
The only downside of this card, one, you can't play Chaos Mode with this card's effect. Which I don't know why Chaos Mode's not a Fallen Angel, because he was an Angel and then he's a Demon Lord, whatever. But also, the putting another Digimon at the bottom of the owner security stack is a mandatory effect. So if you proactively go into this, whatever you play out goes to the bottom of your security stack.
Yeah, if you're not prepared to do something, like... Yeah.
Well, just if your opponent doesn't have anything on the field, you have to put your own Digimon on the bottom of your security stack.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, like, if you're not smart about it, you could screw yourself.
Yes.
Because, like, let's say your only target... this is, of course, probably not going to be a situation that happens, but let's say your only target is Angelomon Ace. You're just ripping 3 memory for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, you just wouldn't play something back.
Yeah.
In that situation. But it's hand or trash, the odds of that being your only option are pretty low.
Yeah.
But
it's still a clear downside.
Yeah, but this card is definitely very good. It definitely gives a huge boost to the Mastemon archetype.
Yeah.
If your opponent does not play around this. Yeah, if your opponent swings at you and plays into this card, you might just win the game on the back of that misplay, just because of how strong this effect is. Yeah, you're getting touched real hard.
Yeah. Play Gen-I. This card, I think, more than Ragna, I think this card takes advantage of the Gen-I way more.
I think that, combined with the fact that this is just a more coherent strategy than the Ragna deck.
Yeah, agreed.
I think this deck definitely has more support, just generically, than Ragna does. The only downside this deck's ever had is how slow it was and how reactive it is as opposed to proactive. But I think Alliance helps that.
Yeah, agreed. Alliance is going to make this deck very aggro.
Yeah.
Okay.
This might be a 5 for me. It's definitely
I was teetering on 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think it's just a really strong 4.
I was teetering on 4.
I'm okay with 4.
Diaboromon. World trait has Angel type. When Digivolving, search your security stack. You may play one level 5 or lower Digimon card with the Angel or Archangel trait among them without paying the cost. Then shuffle your security stack, and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 7,000 DP for the turn. All turns when one of your other Digimon with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-grid Angel's trait would leave the battle area, other than by one of your effects or in battle, by trashing the top card of your security stack, prevent it from leaving.
Very good, very good. We've talked about this before when we were doing the set reveal, but there was a situation where you just absolutely spam your board out with all of these really good cards, and it gets very overwhelming very quickly. So
It does require some setup, but yes, you can basically just swarm the board by stacking like this guy's effects, and you can also be playing the Mastemon Ace card as well, combined with BT16 Magna Angemon. This card's really good for the archetype, and also kind of generically just for angels and archangels. The issue I ran into when trying to build this deck is like I don't know what ratio to play, because like
Yeah, I feel like the numbers are going to be really difficult to figure out in this deck.
yeah, because
Like you'd have to cut the Alfani.
yeah.
I think Alfani might be the weakest of the three, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's a negative DP till the end of their turn. I think is actually generically worth using.
Yeah, it's good, but like
With Magna X still being a card, I think you're forced to run some number of Alfani along with Angelwomon or Megalospark. Like, I do agree with you. I think if Magna X wasn't a card, she is the weakest one.
Agreed.
But-
It's like one of those Deva situations where one of the aces gets used purely because of its format. And that being the entire Deva deck. But
Yeah. I think this guy's a 4, though. He has a really powerful effect. Like, his Wind Evolving and all turns are very good. It's just kind of awkward building the deck because of, like, all the choices you have.
I feel like it's going to be one of those decks where when you pop off, you're popping off and you're feeling good. You're loving the game. But then, like, the games you're not popping off, you're like, ah.
After testing the deck, yes, I would 100% agree with you. And most of the time, I was not popping off.
Yes. Hey, but that dopamine rush when you do finally pop off.
It wasn't worth the games that I was just sitting there being like, man, this deck sucks.
Bruh, dude, speaking of dopamine rush, nothing hits better. Sean, you can attest to this when you're playing Alter S and you top deck the piece you need. Oh,
Yes. Man. I've done that too many times.
Good feeling is good.
It is. I love telling my opponent that's what happened to.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, I just
I
top decked that.
know.
if I top deck this, it's GG. Oh, top decked
I
it.
got
drew it. Just take it from the top of the deck to your stack. Shakamon digivolves Sanzomon, Gokumon, Segomon, Shohokaimon for 6 memory. Otherwise, he was on top of yellow level 6s for 4 memory. Keep in mind those other guys are level 5, so it makes sense that this is more expensive. On play / when digivolving, all Digimon gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn. All turns when this Digimon would be deleted or returned to the hand or deck, you may play 1 Sanzumon and 1 Gokumon, Segomon, or Chohokaimon from this Digimon sources without paying the cost. Your turn, all of your Digimon security attack minus are turned into security attack plus. End of opponent's turn. Once per turn, you may place 1 Digimon with security attack modifier on top of its owner security stack. You can Digicross this guy -2 with Sanzo, Goku, Seigo, and Chohakai, so you can play it for 7 memory potentially.
It just screams, I want to be annoying.
It screams Venusmon is definitely a 4 of in this deck, and I do think you could definitely build a Venusmon strategy with this and be extremely annoying.
Yeah, just to be a dick. Like, if you guys want to be a dick, bring this to your locals.
I think I'm going to be a dick this format. This seems like some, because I have 4 Venusmons, dude.
This screams you, Sean.
See, honestly, the archetype, the weakness in the archetype is the fact that there's so few cards for it so far, because we literally got 5 cards this set.
I mean, yeah, but we already have other copies of Chohakai.
Yeah, no, you don't even have to play those.
They're all bad, dude. Don't.
No.
Yeah, they're bad.
Nothing. You're not wrong, but I don't think you play those cards.
At least
No.
they're all yellow, so you can play training and memory boost.
Yeah,
and stuff
that's
like
what
that.
exactly what I was thinking. Like, I think you just
'cause,
set
like-
up and just start spamming Venusmon.
I can see your bottom end almost being like the security control bottom end, where it's like Salmons and stuff like that.
You could definitely be incredibly annoying. Also, the fact that all these level 5s are level 5s lets you play, all the good yellow ace cards we have.
Yeah. You could play the Venus, you could play the Valix, play the Ophanis, you can, whatever the heck you feel like, bruh.
Yeah, I think this is a 4 to me.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the entire little archetype.
Yeah, the effect is very powerful, and I definitely think you could build a strategy around this because of other cards.
Now that we're talking about this again, I think I've seen this deck being played, and it can get very explosive if you see the pieces.
Yeah, because like you can just straight up shut down decks because if you Venusmon them and blanket security tech -1, they're bored over and over and over. Like, what do they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the inheritables give security -1, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're all win attacking.
Keep turning your Venus on.
Yep. Yeah. Like this screams I'm gonna abuse Venusmon as a card.
You just gotta give some of that Hawk Tui to turn that Venusmon on.
That's right, dude.
Just spin on that thing.
You get me.
Yeah. It's the meme of the week. Go ahead, keep spamming it.
It's actually why I lost my voice. I was Hawk Tuing too much in the car when we were driving to Alabama yesterday.
Pause.
Yeah.
Hey, we were all in the car. We were just all going Hawk Tui.
Jesus.
Yeah. Anyway, moral of the story: Chris really sucks at Topgolf. Brandon very good at Topgolf.
No, none of us were good at Topgolf.
And yet I won every game.
Is that a skill?
Yes, Brandon.
Does that count as a skill?
No.
I was really good at the driving range. I'm the best.
It was fun though. Not when I was shanking shots left and right though, but it was fun. When you get a good hit, I can see why people like golf. When you get one good clean hit, you're like, I want to hit it like that every single time.
Yeah, when you hit something pure, it feels really good.
Yeah. And you're just like, how do I keep doing that? And you're just like, you'll never find out.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the other week, we went and played pool, and it was the same situation where when you hit that good shot, and
when you hit a good shot,
I think pool is easier to be decent at than golf.
Agreed.
Yeah.
There's like way more moving parts in a golf swing than in a pool.
Poor Josh, man. You should have seen him. He was stiff as a board trying to hit that golf ball.
Yeah, it definitely requires some athleticism and practice.
Anyway.
Alright, what's this next card?
Lotmon.
I see green in it, so it can't be that good.
Correct. It does evo on Kokomon for 0, otherwise yellow or green for 1. On play, you may suspend one Digimon. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
2.
I mean, neg DP on a level 3 for 2,000. That's actually not bad.
No, the Salamon does it too, and the Salamon's better.
Yeah, I don't see it seeing play.
Yeah, this card, the Salamon also does minus 2,000, but the Salamon can Digivolve for 0 on yellow and purple.
That is true.
This is Lotmon, Chris. This is Alliance. We're not in purple.
I know. So again, that's why it's bad because of green and yellow for 1.
Typhoon.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking double typhooning this guy out for 0 memory or playing it for 1 off of the Terriermon. It just basically lets you suspend something.
Are you gonna want to play this over any of the other Terriermon or Lotmons?
That's what I was thinking. Is like, would it make the cut? And I think the answer is probably no.
No.
I agree. No, but at the same time, it's like not awful.
Yeah, I think the opportunity cost is too high because of the other cards you have access to. But like,
it's a Hawk 2.
Generically, it's a decent card, but yeah, I think it's a 2 just because like I don't think you play this.
Yeah.
Cherubimon, evil's on top of Lotmon or Terriermon in name for 2 memory, otherwise 3 on yellow or green. On play / when Digivolving, you may suspend one Digimon. Inheritable when attacking once per turn. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP for the turn.
A little less good because it's not on level 3 and it's the exact same bloody effect.
Yeah, this is all just straight Alliance support.
This is just a 1. Going the wrong way.
I'll give it a 2. You can still play this guy for free off of a couple of different Cherubi effects.
Fair, I guess.
Including the one we're about to get to.
Alright, I'll bump it up to a 2.
All right. Antilamon. Evil's on top of Cherubimon or Wendigomon for 3, otherwise yellow or green for 4. Has Alliance. When Digivolving, you may play one level 3 green or yellow Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable, end of attack once per turn by returning one of your other suspended Digimon to the hand. You may play one level 3 card with the Beast trait from your hand without paying the cost.
It always seems like the Antilamon has the best effect of the entire line.
Yeah. I like it.
It's like I'm thinking solid 3.
I think a 3 as well. It basically lets you just keep recycling your rookie effects.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I was also thinking 3.
All right, on to Cherubimon Ace, which is also a 3 Great Angels. So it does work with that deck. It is a vaccine as well.
Makes sense.
Evil's on top of Antilamon for 3 or purple Cherubimon for 1 memory. Otherwise, yellow or green for 4. Obviously, Blast Evos has Alliance. On play / when Digivolving, you may play one level 4 or lower green or yellow Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for each of your other Digimon until the end of their turn.
Okay.
You said to the end of their turn?
End of their turn.
The fact is their turn is also very good to start off with.
Yes.
Especially, I wish, and this is, of course, just me trying to make the card a little better, I wish he counted himself in that neg DP, but I can understand why they didn't.
Oh, it says other Digimon? Not
Yeah,
all Digimon?
it's all of your other Digimon. Yeah.
I mean, looking at the line, you could definitely get 3 bodies out.
3 or 4,
to get
depending on how you play it. Like, if you have Double Typhoon out, you're probably popping off.
I will say I also like they can Digivolve on top of purple Cherubimon, because I think one of the purple Cherubimons is actually really good.
Yeah, the guy who floats.
Yeah.
I mean, I think these 4 cards are very good if you're playing the specifically Cherubi Alliance deck.
Yeah, if you're playing that exact Alliance line. I'm teetering on a 4, but I'm more leaning towards a 3.
I'm okay with being a 4, just because it not only supports the 3 Great Angels really well, it supports the Cherubi Alliance deck pretty well.
I think the 4,000 DP to the end of your opponent's turn is what makes me want to give it a 4.
It's between a 3 and a 4 for me. I think if they had changed 2 things on this card, it would have made it a 5. One, it doesn't have an all turns effect like the other 3 Great Angels. It does just have Alliance, but I would much rather it have all turns for the second sentence of the effect. Like, I wish it played a Digimon when you evoed or played it, and then had an all turns that said when one of your other Digimon is played by an effect, then minus 4,000 DP, and then the other part I would change is it would just count itself as well.
Wait, hold on.
He's trying to make it to where it's like Anubismon, where instead of just being when Digivolving, it can just be whenever you do something.
It has to be played by an effect, and it's no different than the other 2 Great Angels having an all turns effect.
Let me Evo into my Cherubi. All right. Okay, cool. He survived for a turn. Proc Double Typhoon. Do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. Go. Can you read me its on playing when Digivolving again?
It says you may play one level 4 or lower green or yellow Digimon card from your hand without paying the cost. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for each of your other Digimon until the end of their turn.
We're not even... Guys, we're thinking about the wrong damn deck. Why would Numon just plays this?
Oh, God. No!
I mean, am I...
No, and it has Alliance.
Oh, God.
Yes, think about it. We're thinking about the wrong deck.
I thought about it.
Because what color... Dude, their level 4s are yellow. Except for the Numa X, the Garamon, and then the yellow black.
You're giving this deck access to Alliance?
Dude, not even that, but this would answer Magna X so much easier.
Yeah, you would have to see Mons AX.
Yeah, you have the Mons AX and the Cherubi.
You spam your board so much easier with Numamon than you would this deck. This card is a 5 out of 5 in Numamon. This card is their top end. Because Alliance... Alliance
stop
plus
talking,
this?
Stop talking. Stop giving them ideas.
No.
I'm gonna cut this
Oh
out.
no.
You shut your dirty
Oh
mouth.
no. No. Oh no.
Listen, the
No.
regional is coming up, and if anybody puts this in their Numon deck, I'm blaming you.
Is this a super rare?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get a couple copies of this for the regional. I mean, it's just the truth. We're thinking about the wrong deck.
No, you're
Hey,
right.
this-
I think you just switch your bottom end to where you're playing more yellow or yellow black
Yellow.
level 4s.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you don't care about playing the Numa X. You want to Evo the Numa X.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the Garamon out.
Yeah, you just play the Garamon for free, draw cards, and then you're like, you go Platinum Numa?
The draw
board is
Garamon's pure
bored.
black.
Huh?
The draw Garamon's pure black.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
But there is a Garamon that's yellow black, and there's
Yellow.
I think it's the plain one, right?
I just know it's the security attack -1/1.
Heck, even without that effect, it's still without playing a card, it's still really good.
Yeah, true. You don't have to play anything to get the 4000
Yeah.
DP. It happens when you Evo. You just can also play something.
Most of the time when I play Numamon, I've got like 4 cards on the board. So, like, it's like
So I'm
minus
just sitting
12
here
right
thinking,
there.
like, yeah, you have like 4 bodies on the board, and you just go into this, and your opponent's just like, oh, I die now. Sucks
Yeah,
to be me.
You just go
Like,
Monte X.
the Edamon
Yeah.
into this just murders a Magna X, assuming they don't have like a Patamon in Raising.
You just go, oh, Monte X, play out a card, minus your board, and then you go into this, and you just kill him.
I mean,
Anyways.
Edamon into this is disgusting. Monze X into this is disgusting. I just wish you never would have mentioned that.
I'm sorry.
Caramon.
I hate you.
It's a 5 out of 5 now.
Yeah, it is, unfortunately.
It
You're
is.
right. God. That makes me sad, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, are we missing something, or has no Japanese list I've seen been playing that?
I don't pay attention to the Japanese lists. I think, Brandon, you're the only one of us that does.
I hardly
I mean,
look at it.
I know you hardly look at it, but you still do it more often than me and Chris, which is 0.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I still think Valk is also still very strong in the deck. But
I think
like,
Valk is better for the mirror match.
this answers Magna X specifically much better than I think Valk does.
I agree.
The Valk, I think, is good for the mirror match. I think Cherubi's going to be good for the Valk, or not the Valk. Good for the vaccine matchup or the Magna.
You play some copies of both depending on like the what you're
expecting.
playing against.
Yeah.
This absolutely bodies Mirage too. Like, what's Mirage going to do against that?
They would bounce your level 5.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have multiple, they're hella screwed.
Yeah, if you have 2 level 5s in the field, they just can't do anything.
Yeah, because like you said, they take a few turns to set up. You set up a 2 level 5 stack. One of them's like maybe an Edamon. Like,
All right, Caramon.
Man, just what Numamon needed, Alliance.
Yep, just what they needed because they needed stuff.
yeah.
Caramon. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Tamer or option card with Diaboromon in its text, and 1 card with unidentified trait among them to the hand. Trash the rest. Inheritable on deletion. If this card has the unidentified trait, you may play 1 Diaboromon token without paying the cost.
Good stuff. We're finally getting some Diaboromon support that's not from BT5.
4.
God.
We needed this because we needed another card that could find errata. So, all the Diaboromon cards, I'm just gonna rate within its own archetype because obviously you can't play it anywhere else. So I'm gonna give this a 4 because it also replaces itself with a token. So
Yeah, I think this is a really strong card for the archetype.
Yeah, it's definitely a 4. Love it.
Spotamon. Evil's on top of Sakudamon or Kakamon for 0, otherwise red or black for 1. Hand main by paying 1 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of your Digimon that's level 3 or has the Legend Arms trait, draw 1. On play by trashing 1 card with the Legend Arms trait in your hand, draw 2. Inheritable when attacking once per turn, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less.
Okay, so this is automatically the 4 of in this deck.
Yeah, I think this is your 3rd rookie.
Yeah, I don't care much about the when attacking effect. That's whatever. I guess it could like kill level, like the rookies.
Get rid of
or,
the floodgates.
Yeah, the floodgate rookies.
Yeah. But that on play is really good.
Both effects are good. It's a draw either
Yeah.
way you use it. I think this is definitely a 4 of any way you build this deck.
Yeah.
100%.
I definitely agree. Probably. Is it good enough to be a 4 though? Not like a 4 of in the deck, but like rating wise, I want to still give it like a 3 because his inheritable is just like mid.
Yeah, I think it's a 3. It's definitely really good in the archetype, but the archetype obviously is still mid. So yeah, I think it's a 3.
Yeah. Okay.
A Lucemon, he was on top of Kakin or Sakuta for 0. Hand main by paying 1 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of your Digimon that's level 3 or has the Legend Arms trait. The Digimon gets 2000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. Your turn, once per turn, when an effect places a Digivolution card under this Digimon, draw 1. Inheritable, opponent's turn, plus 2000.
That's the exact same as the red one?
Besides the inheritable, I believe that is.
I'm pretty sure the inheritable is also 2000.
Well, it's 2000 on your turn versus your opponent's. No, the red one. The red one gives you 4000 DP.
Yeah, this one only gives you 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
things.
You just gotta pick. You just gotta pick one color and just play that.
And play the better color, which is red.
Yeah, it's just gonna be red.
Yeah, I think this is a 2. This is literally just worse than the red one.
Yeah, agreed.
Kurisarimon. When this card would be played from your hand by deleting one of your Digimon with the unidentified trait, reduce the play cost by 3. On play / when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 3 or less. Inheritable, on deletion, if this card has the unidentified trait, you may play one Diaboromon token without paying the cost.
Also very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like a.
I'd say 3.
I'm teetering on a 2 or 3 because you will get to play this for cheap because you'll just delete a token.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Digimon you're deleting, if they already have like the level 3, that's where you can't reduce your play cost. Like you're having to pay full value for this just to kill it. So
well, I mean, you can Digivolve into it and then still get the same effect. It's on play when Digivolving. So you can go into it, pop the reduction guy.
I think the card
play another one, and then pop the dude you just played to play another token out.
The card you're having to out is Pillowmons.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I think it's always going to be Diaboromon's Kryptonite. Is just you can't play stuff through effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Crimson Blaze.
I'm teetering on a 2 or a 3.
Yeah. I would say 3. I think it's pretty middle.
I think it's a 3 solely for the fact that it answers basically the one card that just hard locks you out of being able to play your deck, which is Pillowmons and the equivalent.
I mean, again, when we're comparing it to the support we got all the way back in Omni, it's got to be better.
Technically, EX1 was the last wave of Dia support, but it was like...
Oh, yes. I even forget that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And the level 4, well, the level 3 lineup, in my opinion, was the weakest for Diaboromon. Level 4 lineup is also pretty weak.
It was level 3 and the level 5 lines were like the worst ones.
Like with Kurisari, you actually had a pretty diverse to pick from. Like you can give Decoy, you can give the Rush. There was a lot of good choices for that one.
You can also play the errata for free, but I wish we got an updated one. It was like, just play errata.
Doesn't the next one do something like that? I could be wrong, but
we'll have to get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it.
I think you have to play this as a 4 of, because I think the decks that have access to the play by effect guys are having to play them because of all the other good decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pray you don't run into a red player playing Crimson Blaze.
And again, it's on deletion is really good too, so.
Yeah. Tia Ludamon, hand main by paying 1 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of your level 4 or Legend Arms trait Digimon. It gets 2000 DP into the end of your turn. Once per turn, when an effect places a source under this Digimon, it gains blocker and reboot until the end of your opponent's turn. Inheritable, opponent's turn, plus 2000.
Yeah, see, unfortunately,
as much as the red ones.
Blocker and reboot just aren't as good as raid and piercing, unfortunately.
Being proactive is much better than being reactive.
So again, I got
format like this.
Well, just period.
Yeah, I gotta give this a 2.
Yeah, I also give this a 2.
I'm just seeing it like if you're gonna build this deck, just build a pure red version.
I 100% agree with you. I think that's probably the best way to do it. There's the black version. The black side is just bad.
Yeah.
Infernmon. On play / win Digivolving by deleting one of your Digimon with the Diaboromon in name. This Digimon may Digivolve into Diaboromon in your hand without paying the cost. Inheritable. All turns once per turn, one of your other Digimon with Diaboromon in its name is played. De-Evo one of your opponent's Digimon.
Yeah, this is a 4.
Ace go burr.
Yeah, this card is exactly what the deck needed at level 5, where you can
It's proactive.
Yes.
Yeah, and I also believe this Diaboromon replaces the EX1.
It does.
Diaboromon.
It replaces any other versions that you were playing besides the Ace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything but Ace, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, this card is a solid 4. I don't want to say a 5. I try and save 5s for like the over-the-top cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love how this card is so proactive. Like, oh, I happen to have a token still on the board. Well, here's my level 6 for free. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the level 6 is going to play another token, and then you get a D-Evo stuff. It's actually cracked.
Yeah, I agree. It's a 4. It's definitely a much needed level 5 for the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, the D-Evo is not outing a little Pillowmon, but
it's not.
The thing is, I think now with the list you would play 4 of these and then some copies of the Warp one. Those are just, in my opinion, the 2 better ones.
I agree. The Warp one also has the on deletion play token. I'm pretty sure. Inheritable.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I think it's probably this one in the Warp Infernmon, and I think you just don't play the other ones because the other ones are all kind of bad.
Yeah, they're pretty
you
bad.
don't play any of them.
Yeah, 4. Easy.
RagnaLordmon, hand main by paying 2 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of Digimon that's level 5 or a Legend Arms trait. Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of the Digimon gains. Start of your main phase, this Digimon attacks. Your turn once per turn. When effect places a source on this Digimon, it gains blocker and reboot until the end of your opponent's turn. Inheritable, all turns once per turn, one Digimon would be deleted other than by one of your effects by trashing one card with the Legend Arms trait, and this Digimon's Digivolution cards prevent that deletion.
Okay, so this is definitely the best black one we've seen so far.
Yeah.
That's where they get you. The black level 5 and 6 are always like pretty decent.
At least he has synergy with the red side as well, because you can still use it.
This also forces your opponent to play into Ragna Ace.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I like it for that.
I guess what you could do is you would play pure red, like lower end, and then your top end would be the black level 5s, black reds, and then like the black 6s and the black reds, right?
I think this one would probably be like a 2 of maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 to 3 of.
Just play some copies.
Yeah, some number of it, just because it's literally an Edamon for the deck, and it forces your opponent to basically get Ragna aced.
Man, they're getting real comfortable with forcing you to attack at the beginning of your turn.
Well, it used to not be a big deal until they introduced ace cards.
Yeah, like Edamon back in the day was like, or not Edamon, Examon back in the day was like, haha, I'm forcing you to attack so I can block it and your body's dead. Nowadays, I'm forcing you to attack so I can specifically blast Evo all over your face.
Yeah, literally.
Because you can Digivolve this on top of any Legend Arm card, right?
Yeah.
Yep, for free.
For just its cost. Okay. Yeah, so you'd play some copies of this. I'll probably go with like a.
I'll go with 3.
I like the protection as well as an inheritable. That's why I kind of am teetering on a 4.
I want to give it a 4 for the same reasons.
Because it plays into the Ace Ragna, which is very good.
Yeah, but this is one of those cards where I think I'd always want to have it in hand, and I would only ever use its in-hand effect. Like, if I'm being forced to Evo into this in my stack, it just feels bad. Until I, of course, get his inheritable, which feels good. But, like, I'm only ever going to want to use that effect to, like, start a main phase. Like, if this is the only level 5 I'm seeing, I'm kind of, like... You know what I mean?
That's why you only play a couple copies of it.
Yeah.
I still want to give it a 4. I think the ability to force your opponent to play into your ace, which is extremely powerful, is really strong. And the inheritable is really good too.
Metal Edamon into Cherubimon.
You mean Edamon?
Yeah, Edamon into Cherubimon Ace.
Yeah, stop talking about that, please.
Sorry.
I want it to go away. I want to go back to who I was before you made me realize that was an interaction.
Sean's rethinking his entire everything right now.
I mean, I still think I have a good Numon matchup, but that's definitely very powerful.
It's now another thing they can do to screw you.
Yeah. Diaboromon, start of your main phase / when Digivolving. You may play 1 Diaboromon token without paying the cost. All turns, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is played, you may activate one of this Digimon's when Digivolving effects. All turns, all of your other Digimon with Diaboromon in its name gain jamming and blocker.
Why do I feel that's low-key kind of good against Numon?
It's...
Imagine just you have a Diaboromon Ace and a Diaboromon here just sitting next to each other. Oof.
I mean, this is really good. I think I want to give it a 4. Like, this is definitely what the deck needs, and the fact that you just have jamming on all your little tokens that you're playing out, like you can just ping pong your opponent to death.
I mean, the only sad part about this is it's 1,000% being replaced in a month.
Yeah, but until then, this is the best Diaboromon we've received since
Ace.
I mean, I think this actually is better than the Ace card.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have removal, though.
It doesn't have removal, but this, like, at least gives you a win condition.
Yeah, that's good. Just giving all your spamming,
Yeah, you're going to be spamming so many tokens at this point where it's just going to be like, okay.
And if you have the rush one, like, you can kill your opponent out of nowhere with this and a couple of erratas on the field.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm agreeing.
Also, the fact that it's black is really nice.
Yeah.
Just black.
Oh my
god. Thank God.
Please stay away from making Diaboromon white.
You can finally play Searchers.
I mean, if you're gonna make him white, at least make him dual colored, black white.
Yeah, that would have been fine.
So I'm also with Sean. I think it's a 4. Because now we can actually play the training cards, so we can also add our erratas.
Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff is good.
Alright. Lucemon, hand main by paying 3 cost and placing this card as the bottom source of one of your Digimon that's level 6 or has the Legend Arms trait. D-Evo 1, all of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP than that Digimon. Blocker, reboot. When Digivolving, one of your Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's Digimon effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Inheritable, blocker, also opponent's turn while its Digimon is RagnaLordmon. It can't leave the battle area other than by your effects or deletion.
Yeah, okay, see, that's where they get you with the black side, is they're like, hey,
this is the protection.
The black level 5 and 6 are always going to be, like, pretty decent, pretty strong. The fact that you're just not going to be able to get rid of this body is massive.
You can't put them in security. You can literally only, like, quote-unquote, Gaia force it.
You can DP minus
it, I guess. Oh yeah, DP -2. Yeah,
that gets around most things like this because it's deletion by game mechanic. This is a 4
no,
for
you
me.
can't even swing over it.
Yeah,
you can. It dying by battle is deletion.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with a 4.
Yeah,
so I guess I can kind of see my list coming together now. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 4 of this, like 2 of the Raijuludamons, and then just straight red from there on out with the Ragnas. Yeah. All right, Tsukaimon. On deletion, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. Inheritable, opponent's turn. Once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting one of your other Digimon in the attack.
I feel like this is kind of mid. Like, cool, you can out floodgates.
Oh, this is Dan Devimon support. Okay. I was like, what archetype is this for?
I actually do not think this is Dan. I think the Demi Devi is the Dan. I think this is pure Lilith. Because if you remember the Lilith from this, it also like does stuff, and not the Demon Lord deck.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is.
Like a 2.
Yeah, this is like a 2. Like, who cares?
Yeah, I don't see it ever seeing play. I agree too.
Yeah, if my opponent deletes one of their other things, like, good.
Yeah, because remember the Dan Debbie's support is specifically based on cards in hand.
Yeah. Diaboromon, on deletion, if your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, draw 1 and trash 1 card in your hand. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. Inheritable all turns. While your opponent has 6 or fewer cards in their hand, the Digimon gets 1,000 DP.
Yeah, I can't wait to be disappointed all over again when you
Oh
read these cards.
god, this is so stupid. Why'd they base this archetype around this?
I mean, I feel like they just did this better right out the rip with the new cards we just talked about a little while ago. The heavy metal line.
Yeah.
It's just a better version of this because it's not
Based
your
on
opponent's
your
hand,
hand,
it's your hand.
yeah, instead of your opponent's. Like, this is a bad version of Mirage, basically.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2 as well, because, like, Mirage relies on your opponent having a lot of cards in hand, which is gonna happen the longer the game goes.
Yeah.
This...
I will probably test it out and try it. This definitely screams like I might play this at locals and probably do bad, but I will maybe try this.
You might have some fun occasionally. Yeah, this is like a 2. Boogeyman. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Fallen Angel or Demon Lord trait and 1 purple option card among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. If you added cards, trash 1 card in your hand. Inheritable all turns while your opponent has 6 or fewer cards in their hand. The Digimon gets 1,000 DP.
Just another 2.
I mean, it's kind of cool that it searches an option, but again, like, who cares?
Yeah,
Especially since you're having to hard play it.
Yeah, it's 4 memory to hard play. Yeah, this is
that's
2 for me.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If it was also when Digivolving, I'll bump it up to a 3. But it's just not on play. So
it's just on play, yeah.
Yeah.
Witchmon.
On play / when Digivolving by trashing 1 card in your hand until the end of your opponent's turn. One of your opponent's Digimon gains end of attack. Delete this Digimon. Inheritable opponent's turn once per turn when opponent's Digimon attacks by deleting 1 of your other Digimon in the attack.
Yeah, I seem to remember there's a few cards that do this, and I think it's specifically supposed to support Lilithmon,
I think you're
not
right.
within the Demon Lord deck.
Yeah, I think you're right.
that would be real cool, but my Ragna's just gonna say no.
No.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, the end of attack delete this Digimon is really annoying,
Yeah.
but, like, what is that doing
But
with this format
it's
going
not-
forward?
Yeah, it's not forcing you to attack, so Numon would laugh.
Yeah,
Like
thanks.
imagine.
Let me
Yeah,
get two memory
thank
in my
you
level
so
6.
much. Yeah, this card's a 2.
Thank
Who
you.
cares?
Yeah.
Devimon. On play / when Digivolving, if your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, delete 1 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, your opponent
Oh
trashes
my
1
God.
card in their hand. Inheritable all turns while your opponent has 6 or fewer cards in their hand, the Digimon gets 1,000 DP.
2.
2.
Yeah.
I just don't know why it would. I agree with Brandon. If they would have just made it to where it was your hand instead, it'd be so easier because you can't control your opponent's hand.
Not a lot.
Yep.
No, there's 1 level 6 that you'd have to go into to, like, trash all cards in you and your opponent's hand until you both have, like, 5 from, like, EX2.
Yeah.
But that means you have to Digivolve all the way into level 6 just to do that.
Yep.
Right.
Other than that, like, I
Yeah.
don't see a way to, like, really hard control your opponent's hand.
Now,
Yes.
I think it would be pretty cool if it gave it, like, an effect, like, if this Digimon would be deleted, either
Trash
like,
a card in your opponent's hand?
crash a card in your opponent's hand until they have, like, 5. Something like that.
Or even something like if your opponent digivolves or does something, it'd be like trash a card from your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Something to where if they like draw or do something, they trash a card.
Yeah,
I
it needs to
agree.
punish them for getting more cards instead of punishing you for them having more cards.
I agree.
God.
I think they were probably
Anyway.
worried about doing that and making the archetype too strong, but doing this means it's just not playable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ferrismon, blocker, when Digivolving / on deletion, if your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, gain 1 memory. If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. Inheritable, when attacking, once per turn, your opponent may trash 1 card in their hand. If they don't, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost.
Okay, so
Don't
I mean,
even-
at least you're probably playing this in the Don Debbie deck as well.
Okay, yeah, but don't even give them the choice. Just say when attacking, your opponent trashes a card, and you get to play the level 3. Like, just it's not so broken to where it's just like, oh, they got to get one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, because if they're at 6 cards in hand, you get nothing.
Yes, you lose,
Yeah.
sir. All of their effects, if your opponent has 6 cards, it plays around the effects.
So I'm just gonna go 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2 as well.
Like, if it's inheritable, it was just like, hey, your opponent trashes his card, and you get to play a level 3. Like, just do that. Like, is that so bad?
Yeah, is that so broken in today's game?
Yeah, is that so bad, Bandai?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ravamon
It's
straight up
just
gets to look at your opponent's hand and trash a card.
Right.
Yeah.
And that deck sucks.
Yeah.
It's getting support, Sean.
Whatever, dude. Coparter. Neo Devimon, on play / when Digivolving. If your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, delete one of their level 4 or lower Digimon.
Ugh.
If your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes 1 card in their hand. On deletion, if your opponent has 10 or more cards in their trash, you may play 1 Dan Devimon from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable, when attacking once per turn, your opponent may trash 1 card in their hand. If they don't, you may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost.
Okay.
Alright, here
am I
we go
missing
again.
something?
This is at least
Or
a
is-
3 for me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better than the other cards just for all of its other effects. But is there a Devi, or a level 3 or something like that just on play trashes a card in your opponent's hand?
No, there's a Demi Devi that trashes 2 or 3 cards from the top of your deck. There's
Yeah, I know
one that
that.
searches your deck and trashes some cards. There's the promo one that has the inheritable on deletion. If you have like 7 Devimons, you can play Dan
You gotta
Devi
play
from
Devi.
trash.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're not getting it. Okay, all these cards are just supposed to play that one Demi from this set.
It doesn't even do it. It's on deletion.
Hey, listen, buddy. Okay, you're only supposed to play this one. At least you get to play Don Devimon.
Yeah,
on
like
delete.
I'm giving this a 3 because like
That's
there-
it.
yeah, you can play a Dan Devi on deletion. And you can proc it yourself. It doesn't require your opponent to kill
This
it.
is, oh my god, this is screaming someone at our locals playing this. I just know it. Every time before they even think about digivolving or playing a card, and how many cards in hand? Every time before they even think about it.
Are you talking about
I mean-
Finley?
No, I'm talking about Mel.
Mel's never asked me cards in hand.
I know, I'm talking about like if he was playing this deck, yeah.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. The only person I've ever had ask me cards in hand
Finley. Yeah.
was Finley. And he would do it literally every turn, including turn 0, and it would piss me off.
How many cards in hand? I haven't even played yet.
It's like, bro, it's turn 1. What do you think? I have 10 cards in my hand. Yeah, this is a 3 for me just because you can play Dan Devimon. Other than that, it's mid.
Yeah.
Mastemon, Scapegoat, which is when this Digimon would be deleted other than by your effects. By deleting one of your other Digimon, prevent that deletion. And then when Digivolving, may play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable, opponent's turn once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may play 1 purple level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's actually really good.
Yeah, because it's not Dan Devi support.
Yeah, Scapegoat is just generally going to be a really annoying keyword to deal with. I remember when we first talked about this, we were like, wow, that's kind of annoying. And yeah, it's going to be very annoying.
Yeah, I'll give this a 3. This is...
Yeah.
I don't see any
3 is what I was
drawbacks to
thinking.
this. This just seems like a generically good card.
And at least it plays it from the trash, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the level 4, so.
Yeah, this
Especially
isn't
since
archetype
now,
locked either. Like, this is just generic good purple.
Yeah. And now, of course, we get to the next card that's going to have Scapegoat, and it's in a very good deck.
Lady Devimon has Retaliation. Also on play / when Digivolving, if you have a Mirror, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. If you don't have a Mirror, you may play one Mirror from your trash without paying the cost. Inheritable. All turns while this Digimon has the Angel or 7 Great Demon Lords traded, gains Scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if Mastemon plays this. I feel like you
have
would
to.
probably
You have to play this as a 4 of.
Yeah, because you want the ability to play the Mirror for free if it somehow gets into the trash, which I'm sure you can manage.
I mean, the Lady Devimon is like the weaker of the 2 level 5s because Angelomon has so many good versions, but
Yeah.
Lady Devimon has like 1 or 2 like okay ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to play this as a 4 of 1. It does play a Mirror for free. But also, if your opponent has a Pillowmon on the field, you have to have this. Otherwise, you literally can't trigger your Mirror to play more stuff to like DNA. Like, it literally just locks you out of the turn.
Also,
can
giving it Scapegoat is pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so can you read Scapegoat to me one more time?
When this Digimon would be deleted other than by your effects, by deleting one of your other Digimon, prevent that deletion. So that includes by battle, all that stuff.
Everything. So, like, the Mastemon would come out, right? It will have Alliance. So you play another person out, you Alliance, you tap your other dude. Let's say you happen to hit an option card of security. You can just kill the dude you Allianced, and you've already gotten it, so he's done his job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I guess D-Evo...
Yeah, I mean, there's ways around it, obviously, but
DP reduction. Yeah,
but this is definitely the strongest Lady Devimon they've given this archetype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go with a 3, 4.
I'm teetering on 4 just because it does out the hard counter to the deck.
It does everything you need it to. I think this is a 4 for me.
4? Okay.
Yeah. Also just has Retail generically, just for no reason.
Also,
it didn't even need that.
Yeah. Also, just generically has Big Booba.
You're not.
Lucemon.
You're not wrong.
I know Lady Devimon because Angelomon is too nice of a girl. Lady Devimon's definitely hawk-toing on that thing, if you know what I mean.
God. Lucemon Chaos Mode. Eva's on top of level 4 yellow or purple for 8 memory. Otherwise, Eva's on top of Lucemon for 6. On play / when Digivolving, your opponent may delete one of the Digimon or Tamers. If this effect didn't delete, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack and recover +1. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area by returning one Lucemon from the Digimon's evolution cards or from your trash to the bottom of the deck. You may play one Lucemon Satan mode or one level 6 Digimon card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your trash without paying the cost.
Oh, hey, I wonder if we have just gotten a card with Satan mode.
Yeah, like over half a year from when we get this set. Yeah.
Half a year later.
They were
it doesn't have an on play.
Real quick, remind me about talking about the Satan mode after we talk about this card.
Okay.
I wanted to bring something up.
Okay.
I mean, this is definitely a solid 4.
Yeah, this is a 4 teetering on a 5 for the 7 Great Demon Lords deck because this basically gives you 2 Demon Lord procs on your turn because if this is on the field, start of your turn, your whatever the gates attempts to delete him, he'll bot deck a Lucemon to play a 7 Great Demon Lords from your trash, and then he dies, and then you have the option of playing another one from your hand for reduced cost. It's like you get 2 procs.
Yeah, very good. I definitely think this is probably one of the best 7 Demon Lords that you're going to have other than Beelzemon in this deck.
Alright, Brandon, what about Satan mode?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so, do you guys remember how they handled 1.0 and 1.5?
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's possible that we're going to have to wait to get either Susan or Satan mode until 2.5? Because they've said we're getting all of 18 and half of 19. But if you remember how they did the secret rares for 1.0, 1.5 is we did half and half. I don't think they're going to. That would be hella stupid. I think they're going to split the 19 secret rares. But
That's obviously what they'd be doing. They're splitting 19 in half. Okay.
I just thought,
That was your first mistake.
Stop thinking, Brandon.
Yeah. Dan Devimon, on play / when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, your opponent trashes one card in their hand. Your turn, while your opponent has 5 or fewer cards in their hand, this Digimon gains Rush and Security Attack +1.
Bad card.
2. This deck screams, I'm mid. So mid.
Mid Devimon.
No, it's not even
so
mid.
Bad.
Dog water.
It's so bad
Dan
when
Dog
you
Watermon.
realize the old Don Devimon was better than this card.
It depends on the situation. This guy at least does something when he comes out, as opposed to just having an all turns effect. But yeah, I just don't see how you're gonna keep your opponent having those few cards in hand. Like, I just don't see that happening.
Imagine this card said the hand limit size for both players is now 5.
That would be sick.
Like, if you drew a card and you exceeded that, you had to trash a card.
Well, I think just an end of turn would probably be...
Or, yeah, that's fine too.
I think something where it was like all turns, if your opponent adds a card to hand by an effect, they also trash one card.
No,
so
because
they're never gaining cards.
Well,
the reason why I'm saying like the hand limit size thing, because at least then now all your effects that you want to be triggering could be triggered. Yeah, like it makes sense that your boss monster is enabling the rest of your deck.
Yeah.
Irregardless, card's bad. Bad card, bad.
It's between a 2 or a 3 for me.
I'm giving it a 2.
It's a 2.
What's
for
the
me,
win
dog.
con? The win con is you get to play this guy out for free and apparently have Rush and Security Check +1. That's never triggering.
And Sean, let's be honest, when do you ever have 5 cards in your hand and not just more than that?
I mean, that's the thing is, like, I don't see how this deck achieves the win condition.
Right.
So I'm willing to give it a 3, assuming there's some way. But yeah, you're right. It's probably a 2. Like, I don't see this.
You never do.
Yeah, this isn't happening. Okay, fair enough. Moving on. Beelzemon just has Rush. No stipulation whatsoever. Like, this Dan Devimon card, it just has Rush.
Yeah.
And it also has a lot of support that lets it play itself for free.
If you want to go back and give that Dan Devimon lower rating, go ahead.
All right, yeah, it's a 1 or a 2. You're right. Beelzemon. On play / when Digivolving, trash the top 4 cards of your deck. And then if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, de-evo 2 one of your opponent's Digimon. All turns when Digimon would leave the battle area other than in battle, place one card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your trash as a bottom source of one of your gates in your breeding area.
Why the hell are we making him black?
I don't know. I think it's because they didn't have anyone to actually give black to, because like it makes no sense.
We don't have to give him black.
Yeah.
We do not have to give purple de-evo. We don't have to give purple de-evo as well.
Yeah, this is a really good card for both Beelzemon and the 7 Good Demon Lords deck. Like, this is just a good card.
This is just like the Royal Knight deck, how Gallant was very good generically. This is just like that, where this is just very good generically in his own deck.
Except this guy's a rare.
The hell with this.
God,
if every color, if green got treated just as well as purple and yellow did,
it would still
green would be so good.
It would still be bad.
You probably wouldn't have HBD as a card anymore, though.
That's fine.
This is a 4, by the way.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
My God, 4. This is stupid. Why are you giving Devo to purple cards?
Lilithmon. On play / when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains end of your turn, delete this Digimon. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than in battle, by deleting one level 5 or lower Digimon, prevent it from leaving. That includes your opponent's Digimon. Opponent's turn, once per turn, when another Digimon is deleted, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack.
Yep. So this in combination with Beelzemon is kind of like your best aggro strats in the Demon Lord deck when you're not actively just trying to murder them with Oonga Boonga.
I'll say this.
It's trashing security. It's also deleting their bodies.
Yeah,
Very
I was
good.
gonna say this card works within the lore because she's supposed to be like all sexy and temptation and stuff like that. So like, if she was to be destroyed, she could destroy your opponent's Digimon because they'd be like, "I'll die for you."
That makes sense.
You know, like, all right, cool. I'll die for those massive bahongas.
She has the power of turning people into simps.
I think she's a
Lilithmon.
4.
Lilithmon
I'd
is
say 4.
definitely Hawk 2 in that thing.
I think she's a
No,
4.
she's making Hawk 2 in your
4.
own thing.
Yep. Okay. She's
She
getting
wouldn't do it
someone else to
herself.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's getting Lady Devimon to do it for her.
She's getting
Deep.
Creepymon to do it for you.
No,
Deep.
not Creepymon.
Deep, go over there and blow A Train.
Yep, pretty
What?
much.
Creepymon has blocker. Why they gave blocker to the purple red card, I have no idea, but
What the hell is
because
going
they
on?
already gave the black one the de-evo effect, I guess they just stuck it on a random color. On play / windage evolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. For each level of the Digimon deleted by this effect, trash the top card of your deck. All turns when this Digimon will leave the battle area other than in battle, place one card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your trash as the bottom source of one of your gates in your breeding area.
Okay, I was gonna say, if not for the all turns effect, I wouldn't really like this.
This is really good, Brandon.
Well, okay, I was gonna say, because milling your own deck is strong in the Demon Lord deck, and I get that, but I didn't think this card was gonna be like, I thought it was gonna have something similar as what the other guys have, but the fact this guy just straight tucks under your gates of Deadly Sin actually brings it up for me.
Well, most of them have that effect.
Generic.
Lilithmon, for some reason, doesn't, but the rest of them do.
Yeah. Okay.
This is one of the best cards in the deck, just so you know. This is a 4 for me.
Yeah, it's fueling your engine.
It's
Yeah,
removal.
okay. Thinking about it, yeah, it's removal as well.
It's also the only blocker you have access to.
I'll start giving these lower ratings because I don't like what they're doing.
Well, we're about to come to something you're not going to get forced to.
I'll go to a 4. I know that Belphimon is not very good, if I remember correctly.
Neither is this guy, and neither is the other card that we're going to get to.
Yeah, Levia.
Barbamon, which is a super rare for some reason, has Scapegoat. On play / windage evolving, trash one card in your opponent's hand without looking. All turns, once per turn, when a card is trashed from your opponent's hand, you may play one purple card with a play cost of 10 or less from your trash without paying the cost. For each card in your opponent's hand, reduce the play cost. Reduce this effect's play cost maximum by 1.
Okay, so this is like the Craniumon from the Royal Knight deck, where you just
What?
play it.
What's the equivalent? What? How is this like Craniumon?
Well, because everybody in the Royal Knight deck just played a different Craniumon. They played like the original that like gave every blocker immunity.
We don't have an original. This is the first Barbamon we have ever received, though.
But I'm saying in the deck, it just doesn't get played.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I think some people actually played Craniumon, but I get what you're saying now. Yeah, you don't play this card. This card sucks.
Yeah.
No, guys.
This is the card from the set that just doesn't get played.
This isn't. You guys are looking at this the wrong way.
It's Dan Devimon support. I get it. Yeah.
Yep.
How did we possibly miss that?
I didn't miss it. I just think it's stupid. Yeah, this card. This is like a 1. This card sucks really bad.
Yeah, let's remember that Beelzemon's a rare and this Barbamon is a super rare. Let's remember that.
If I pull this, I might eat it.
So far, the only supers from the 7 Great Demon Lords are Chaos Mode, Lilith, and Barbamon.
Whack.
Yeah. Moving on. Belphimon Rage Mode. Evil's on top of Sleep Mode for 1, otherwise purple or green for 5. Yeah. On play / windage evolving, you may trash up to 3 cards in your hand. For each card trashed by this effect, suspend one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Then delete all of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest play cost. All turns, when this Digimon will leave the battle area other than in battle, place one card with a 7 Great Demon Lord trait from your trash as a bottom deletion card of one of your gates in the breeding area.
Oh, I actually really like this. I like how it's just straight up like hard removal for low play cost stuff, which is good. Pillowmon is a thing. And And then you also get to fuel your engine by trashing stuff from your hand. I really like this.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it doesn't touch level 6s, which feels bad.
Does not interact with level
This-
6s whatsoever.
this deck doesn't draw a whole lot from what I understand, right? So like trashing the 3 cards in your hand would like maybe
But-
sometimes not be a good thing.
It's
You also have to remember this is solid purple, so you have access to all purple support, so you can even play Mem Boost or training cards. I don't think you're playing training cards specifically, but
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you could because like there's no restriction on evoing, but Mist is probably the only card you're playing besides the one that comes in the set.
Mist. Makes sense.
So trashing cards from your hand isn't necessarily bad because you need stuff in your trash in order to tuck it underneath your gates consistently.
Yeah, right.
This guy is a 3 for me solely on the fact that he lets you trash cards at will. His actual effects are extremely mid.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking a 3. I have seen this really interesting, cool deck going around. It's like a Belphemon, Apocalypmon mill deck.
Mm-hmm.
This seems pretty cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
this guy is the only way to consistently get Ungabungamon into your trash if you already have it in your hand.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, moving on. This card is Sucks. Spoilers.
God,
Yeah.
its artwork look like that.
Leviamon. This is also just a rare.
I just like
Alterns-
how he's eating a little Gomamon. That so feels bad for the Goma.
It's a Goma in like a school of fish, I think.
Yeah, his marching fishes move.
Oh, that's right. All turns once per turn when an opponent's Digimon or one of your Digimon with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait is played. By trashing 1 card in your hand, return the bottom 3 sources of one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Then if your opponent has as many or less total Digimon and Tamers in play as you, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards. All turns, when this
Ew.
Digimon leave the battle area other than by battle, place 1 card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your trash underneath a gates in your breeding area.
Okay, so I think we can all collectively say it is okay missing out on the all turns effect by just playing a better Leviamon.
Yeah, this is a
Right.
1. You never play this card over the other Leviamon we have access to.
Yeah, you could even play Levia X, like in conjunction with that Levia.
You can. The only good part of this card is, 1, it has the all turns effect, but it also lets you trash a card from your hand at will.
And
But you already have access to this guy, which you'd actually would be playing.
yeah.
And don't forget your gates also lets you tuck a card when you delete. So like you don't actually need all of your Demon Lords to have this all turns effect.
Fair.
Yeah, this card actually sucks. So in case you guys misheard it or just assumed it worked like the other Leviamon, this actually only interacts with your opponent's stuff when they have less stuff than you.
Bad card, bad.
The odds of them having less stuff than you is basically 0 because you don't play any Tamers in the deck and you're only playing like one to 2 Digimon a turn. So yeah, this card actually is dog water. I don't know why they printed this card with this effect. It is extremely bad. I think they were just like, just throw a Leviamon in there. It's not like they're not gonna play the old one anyway. Any other thoughts?
No, that card's
bad card is
trashed.
bad.
Okay.
Yeah, like a 2.
I won't even give it the 2.
I wouldn't, dude. It's unplayable.
Yeah, 1. Fair.
Yeah, what are you playing that in? You won't even play it in its own deck.
Yeah, you wouldn't even play this in the Leviamon Tribal.
Blue source strip, duh.
You got me, dude. You still
It
wouldn't
bought
play it in
decks and
that.
sources, guys.
You still
missed the
wouldn't
best
play
part
it
of the
in
card.
that deck. Ultimate Chaosmon. So this is a level 7 that evils on top of yellow, purple, green, or black level 6s for 7 memory, or you can DNA a yellow or black level 6 and a green or purple level 6 for 0. Has partition yellow/black level 6 and green/purple level 6, which is cool. When digivolving, if DNA digivolving, you may place up to 2 level 6 cards from your trash as this Digimon's bottom Digillusion cards. Then for each level 6 card in this Digimon's Digillusion cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Your turn, while this Digimon has 4 or more level 6 cards in its sources, it gains security attack +3 and piercing.
You could theoretically use this in Demon Lords.
Theoretically, yes. I think in order for this to happen, you would have to, because I think the only
You'd have to have Beals.
yeah, you'd have
Beals
to have
immediately.
you'd have to have Beals, and then you could have any of the other ones.
Anything else.
But the issue is in order to go into this without passing turn, you would have to start your turn with Chaos Mode on the field, and play Beals or one of the other ones with his effect, and then use your play cost reduction to play Beals or the other one. You could do it though.
Just imagine like your opponent thinks they're safe, and then you just go into ultimate chaos mode, and you're just like, "Hi, security minus, you're gone. Three checks, please.
Like,
Thank you."
You definitely could do
this?
it. The issue is this card's unsearchable completely.
Couldn't you just play this in Ragna?
No, you cannot DNA into this in Ragna.
What are the DNAs again?
Green, purple.
It's either yellow or black level 6 combined with
yellow or black.
either green or purple level 6.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind.
I mean, also partition. You would get that off of your gates attempting to blow up your board. No, because partition doesn't count if it's your effects, right?
I don't think it does. So like, you wouldn't get the only thing you would get out of this is you'd be able to hit for 4 checks with piercing randomly, which I don't. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It would give you aggression that I think the deck honestly needs, but it's kind of convoluted how you'd have to set this up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it worth it?
To begin with? Yeah, I don't see the space for it.
Yeah, I don't get the space. It would be hilarious getting this off on somebody, because then like they're in danger of just losing to a random Beals coming down. But I don't think you have the space for it. This is a generically decent card. I just don't know what decks you'd play it in.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give it a 3. I think the fact that it can just have 4 checks and it's a DNA is pretty strong. I literally just don't know what you'd put it in.
I think I'm gonna go with a 2 because I think maybe it's a little too difficult or convoluted to try and get out. Yeah.
I mean, you could play this in Heavy Leo, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's a 5 then.
Ultimate Dogwatermon.
Chill at a 3. I also love the artwork on it. I love how it has the pixelated graphics at the bottom. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I'm fairly certain this has an alt art, which also looks dope AF.
Oh yeah,
but yeah,
the alt arts in this set go hard.
They do. But yeah, this is a 3 for me. On to the Tamers. TK, Takashi, and Kari Kamiya. 4-cost Tamer. Start of your main phase / on play. One of your yellow Digimon gains barrier until the end of your opponent's turn. Your turn, when one of your Digimon is played or Digivolves, if it has the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angels trait, by suspending this Tamer, gain 1 memory.
Do you even play this in the Great Angel deck? I feel like you just have better options.
I personally just reverted back to BT1 TK and BT14 TK after testing this
card. You don't say.
Yeah, this card just kind of sucks. Like, it's...
Unfortunately, yellow just already generically has very good Tamers.
Yeah. And this, like, I think if it was a memory setter on top of gaining the memory, it would probably be playable.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, there are already other decks that do that. Or other colors, I should say. Like
you could play Kari.
Yeah.
Oh, like the starter deck Matt?
Starter deck Matt, yeah. He's basically a 4. He's a 4 memory.
Yeah.
Tamer.
Like, I'd be cool if they just got rid of that barrier effect, because who cares? And just made it a memory setter on top of the your turn effect. I think then it would be playable, but it's really mid. I'll give it a 2 because you can play it, but like I think there's better choices.
Yeah,
I'm also in agreement as a 2.
Yeah.
Then we have
Suzy.
Shuchong Wong. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Beast, Beastkin, Holy Beast, or Cherub trait among them to your hand. Turn the rest to the bottom of the deck. Your turn, when an effect suspends one of your Digimon by suspending this Tamer, one of your Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Beastkin, Holy Beast, or Cherub trait in your hand with the cost reduced by 2.
God, it's a 4 cost and it's not even a memory setter. Like, reducing the cost by 2 is cool. Because it means you can alliance and then go into something.
You could potentially alliance and go into something for free. Well, hold on. I don't think you can stack those effects. Yeah, I don't think you can stack those effects because like the inheritables that let you evo for reduced cost when you alliance,
yeah.
I don't think you can stack those with this.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they were already in your stack.
I
No, I
kind of
don't.
want to just
I
say.
think they both do the same thing, which lets you evo for reduced cost of 2. But like, I think they're an effect that's letting you do it, so I don't think you can stack them like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think this basically
wanna-
replaces those cards that have those inheritables, though.
I want to
Yeah.
go with like a 2 or a 3.
I think for the Cherubi Alliance deck, this is a 3. Because I don't think now you're playing any of the Henrys, right? I think you just have enough Suzies to just
It's
use nothing but her,
Shuchong Wong,
right?
dude.
Susie?
It's Shuchong Wong.
I'm American. I don't know how to say that.
When it is printed in English, it will say Shuchong Wong on the card.
I'm reading it right now, and it says Susie.
Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. You did say you're American. I also think it's a 3. I think the fact that it's a searcher on play is what saves it from being a 2. It not gaining any memory whatsoever does kind of suck, but it's playable in the deck if you're strictly playing the Alliance version.
Yeah. All right, now
Anyways.
the start of the option cards for the DNA decks, low-key being the best card of the decks.
Inheritance of the legendary Sword and Shield. 3-cost option. While you have a Digimon with the Legend Arms trait, you may ignore this card's color requirements. Good choice. Main, you may place one Digimon card with the Legend Arms trait from your trash as one of your Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, then place this card in the battle area. All turns when one of your Digimon would leave the battle area, other than by one of your effects delay, you may play one card with the Legend Arms trait from that Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost.
Oh, it's not as good as I remember.
So you can tuck the level 7 Ragna with this effect and then play it out with the delay effect.
That's hilarious. I mean, but does it have an on play?
Yeah, it's an on play / windage evolving.
Yeah, okay.
It's like okay. The fact just being able to play it out for free is pretty strong because it does have raid and hold on, let me. I already forgot.
Piercing.
Does it have piercing? It has
Then
raid
it may
and
attack,
reboot.
something like that.
So on play, it does just trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and then it's unaffected by your opponent's effects until the end of their turn. And then you don't get anything else if you're just playing it, but it's still got a decent on-play effect, and it just has raid and reboot, and it's a 15,000 DP body.
I still don't know if like you.
I don't know if you would play this either. It seems.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have to build the deck with all the searchers and stuff, and then see if you still have room for this card. Like this isn't a card you would, like make extra room for.
Yeah, it always feels like the 51st card. You know, like the card that you're cutting.
I would agree. I think this is a 2. Like it's playable, but like.
It's not optimal. It's not going to be good. Like, depending on where you're at in the game, this card might just feel bad.
Yeah.
And for 3 memory, give it like 2.
Yeah.
2 memory.
Yeah, I think 2 memory probably. I mean, obviously that would have been pretty strong, but I think that archetype needs something like that.
Yeah.
And even then, you're not playing for this card.
Cards. Yeah. Especially when we're looking at option cards coming later that are specifically like tailor-made to their archetype. Like the Omnimon option, the Susan option, like stuff like that coming up. That's kind of underwhelming.
Yeah. Sea of Destruction, 6-cost, blue option. Main by placing one Digimon card with the Aqua or one card with Aqua or Sea Animal in one of its traits from your hand as the bottom source of one of your blue Digimon. Return all of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the place card to the hand. Security, return all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to the hand.
Well, I mean, it's good removal. 6 cost is a bit much if you ask me. I think this would have been really good at 5. But the fact that just blanket returns everything to hand just based on whatever you place under, that's really good. But I mean, it of course requires you to have a body on the board, which as we know with Hades Force can sometimes be a detriment.
Yes, but you could promote a rookie and then activate this card and tuck a level 6 underneath your rookie and...
Yeah. That is the saving grace, is you quite literally can just have anybody on the board.
Yeah, this doesn't...
And in this In this deck, some of those level 6s do have inheritables.
Yeah.
I think this is a 3 bordering on a 4, but this is actually a pretty good card for that archetype. The issue is you'd have to be playing that archetype.
I think this card would have deserved being 6 cost and a higher rating if it didn't specify you could only tuck a certain trait. If you could tuck anything...
If it was just blue, tuck blue, this would be kind of broken.
This would hard replace Full Moon.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Because the security effect's not as good.
It's still pretty strong.
It's still very strong, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty solid. Final Excalibur. Main, unsuspend one of your Digimon with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angel's trait. If you have Venusmon, unsuspend all of your Digimon with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angel's trait instead. Security, recover +1, then add this card to your hand.
Yep, here it is. Here's the card. This is the card that is kind of BS.
So, after testing the deck, I actually ended up cutting this card. This card is kind of win more.
Yeah, win more.
If you're ever in a position where this card's good for you, you're going to win the game anyway. As cool as it does seem, I don't think it's necessary. Like, it is a cool effect.
What I was going to say is this is a card that screams pro tag card. This is a card you would see in like a show or a web comic where the pro tag's clearly about to lose the game, and then they rip this card and they're like, haha, I actually have 3 more swings, I win.
Yeah, this is... What's the YouTube channel that does the scripted matches?
Card protagonist.
Yeah, this is a card they would use to win the game. If they haven't already done that. I still don't want to give it higher. It's between a 2 or a 3 to me. It is playable, and people will probably put this in their decks, but I personally will not play any copies.
I would have given it... I was going to say, I would have given it a 2 if not for the fact the security recovers and adds it to hand.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it seems like one of those cards where on paper you read it and you're like, oh, this is really good. And then in execution, you're like, oh, it's not that good.
This card doesn't do anything unless I'm already in a good position.
Yeah. I'll go with Sean. I'll probably give it a 2. I agree with Bran. I think its security effect is really strong. But even when it adds to your hand, it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
It is replacing itself, so.
Yeah, the security effect is decent, but like I don't see how you would cut cards to make room for this if you're actually trying to be competitive. All right. Good cards though. Descent of the 3-Great Angels has 3-Great Angels in its type or trait or whatever. So you actually can search this card off the Lucemon rookie. Fun fact. 5 cost option. Main. You may place one Digimon card with the Angel, Archangel, or 3-Great Angel's trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. Then place this card in your battle area. All turns when one of your Digimon with the Angel or Archangel trait is deleted, delay. Search your security stack. You may play one Digimon card with the 3-Great Angel's trait among them without paying the cost. Shuffle your security stack.
That's really good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, and security, just place it out.
Yeah, place this card in the battle area. My bad, thank you. This is a 4.
Really good.
This is a 4 to me.
Oh yeah.
This basically just sets up your BT16 Magna Angemon as well as Emissary for playing that card. It also sets up your Patamon because all of your level 4s are going to have Angel in their type if you're building the deck correctly. And also if you have BT14 TKs out, this is going to get cheaper when you activate it. I think I ended up with 3 of this card in my list when I was messing around with 3-Great Angels. But yeah, this is a really good card.
Yeah, I really like this.
I'm also on a 4.
Yeah, being able to play all of your ace cards out of your security stack when you probably put them in there yourself is pretty nasty. And then we have Ascent of the 7 Great Demon Lords. Have 7 Great Demon Lords in its traits. I believe Lucemon can search this, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check.
Yeah, I think he can. I don't think he specified Digimon.
Add 1 card with the trait. Yep. Yeah, he did not. So you can actually do that as well.
Very good, very good.
Yep. 4-cost option main. You may place one Digimon card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your hand or trash as the bottom source of the Gate of Deadly Sins in your breeding area, then place this card in the battle area. All turns, when one of your Digimon with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait is deleted delay, you may play one Digimon card with the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from the Digivolution cards of your Gate of Deadly Sins in the breeding area without paying the cost. Security, place this card in the battle area.
Okay, so this works if your opponent's trying to out your board, and it works with your Gate of Deadly Sin.
Yes.
Very good card. So it's literally just the Royal Knight Purge card, but actually really good.
It's less proactive.
The Purge card I think was a little more proactive, and it also let you draw a card right when you played it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
this is still really good.
This is still really good. One, it only costs 4 memory, so you don't have to worry about like getting the memory back. This also is another way to set up the ultimate Chaosmon play. I forgot about this card, allowing you to play something else out.
I mean, not to mention you're about 2 cards away from another card that could potentially just whip it out and just be like, haha, deal with it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that card.
Our new Mega Digimon Fusion, when we get to there.
Yeah, this is a 4 to me. This is a really good card for the archetype.
I agree.
Phantom Pain, 4-cost option, main. Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of the Digimon gains end of your turn, delete this Digimon, then place this card in the battle area. End of opponent's turn, if you have a Digimon with Lilithmon in its name, delay, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Security, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon.
I find it kind of weird how Lilithmon got both its own line and its own option card in the set. It's kind of
she's
like
waifu dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a 3 to me. Like, this is cool, but Lilithmon isn't really an archetype yet.
Yeah.
I mean, other than just like Lilith Loop and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's not like that's not based on it being
purple.
Yeah, that's just
a purple deck.
That's a purple strategy. Yeah.
I just think the whole unsuspended thing is kind of weird to me.
Well, I mean, that's purple.
What purple used to do.
Yeah, that's purple's
I know.
OG effects.
But like, we're so past that. That's like BT1 stuff.
That's
like
literally just a secondary effect of this card. That's just a delay part of this card.
That's true. I mean, I'm okay with it. I think I agree. I think it's like a 2 or a 3, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now is this card bad?
I believe so. Pandemonium Lost, 6-cost option main. If your opponent has 5 or more cards in their hand, your opponent trashes one card in their hand. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a level greater than or equal to the cards in their hand. Security, activate this card's main effect.
So bad card, bad. Got it.
Card sucks. Give it a 1.
1.
Can't wait to pull several pre-release copies of that. Oh wait, no pre-release. Never mind.
Yeah, no pre-release.
Thank God.
Yeah, I actually want to see if people are willing to play a pre-release of this set.
Oh, just for the gigs,
for the lulz, because I think it'd be fun, but we'll see. Mega Digimon Assembly, 4-cost white option. While your opponent has a level 6 or higher Digimon, you may ignore this card's color requirements. Main, one of your level 6 Digimon and one card in the hand may DNA Digivolve into a level 7 Digimon card in the hand. Security, return one level 6 or higher Digimon card from your trash to the hand, then add this card to the hand.
So it's just balanced Mega Digimon Fusion.
Yep.
Basically. I mean, it's not nearly as good. Your opponent has to have something on the board, and you also have to have the level 6.
Well, if you play white sources, your opponent doesn't have to be involved.
Fair. Genai.
Exactly.
I can see this card seeing some play in like a No, Moste can't even use it. It would have to be Ragna.
Ragna, Alter S, and
Alter S, yeah.
You could do Chaosmon as well, or Ultimate Chaosmon.
Yeah. So you could theoretically play this card in your Demon Lord deck.
You could.
You'd only be able to use it specifically in that deck if they had a white source. No, I mean, I guess you could play Analog Youth and Demon Lord.
Yeah, you could.
Just to fill your trash up, I guess. Because you're never going to get the source deletion stuff unless you have Lucemon Chaos.
Depending on how you build it, if you play the OG Chaos mode, you would Evo your Demon Lords on top of it a lot of the time. So like you could potentially get that effect. And that would just start your turn with extra memory with your analog use.
Yeah.
This is a 4. This is a very powerful card.
It's going to get better later, too, with some of the stuff coming up.
That exactly like Mega Digimon Fusion will only get better with time.
Yeah.
This may end up seeing the ban list at some point.
Depending on how they treat some of these upcoming cards, yeah. I mean, thank God, I think Susan is not a DNA card, right?
Yeah, like
you have to be a DNA card to use this, right?
Right now, yeah, it has to be a DNA. So right now, there's no cards that we've seen leaked that would make me think this deserves to be anywhere near the ban list, but we will eventually get a card or cards that may have this be like, hey, this might be a problem card.
Yeah.
Right now, though, I can't wait to alter somebody for 4 memory.
That will feel so good.
Yup. Then we have Ungabungamon, level 7 purple. Evo's on top of purple level 6s for 7 memory, or Evo's on top of level 5 or higher with 7 Great Demon Lords trait for 6 memory. So that includes your Chaos modes.
Yep.
When Digivolving / when attacking, you may place up to 7 cards with different names and the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from your trash as its Digimon's bottom dilution cards. If you placed 4 or more cards with this effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. When attacking, by returning 7 cards with different names and the 7 Great Demon Lords trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, delete 7 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then trash the top 7 cards of your opponent's security stack. For each card deleted by this effect, reduce the card's trash by 1.
Okay, so already, I'm just going to say this as a boss monster for the 7 Great Demon Lord deck. It's already better because it's not getting rid of your gate.
So your gates deletes itself to play this guy out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could, theoretically, Digivolve into it and circumvent that.
You could, but then it would get deleted at the beginning of your next turn.
Yeah, if you keep turn.
You don't get rush.
But you're Digivolving it.
You are. Do you want me to read the when Digivolving effect again? Because it doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You can do that to like just like spot delete random stuff on your opponent's board, but you don't get the I'm gonna win this game. Yeah, you don't get the I'm gonna win this game effect unless it's already on the field and you get to attack.
Hey, let's say you don't see your Belphemon. You can just Evo into this. It gets deleted, and then you're set up to go.
I mean, that's kind of what you have to do sometimes. That's what Ben was doing when we were testing, is he was having to Evo. He had to Evo into this guy at least once in order to get it into his trash.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
Just hard to play Helugermon. It's free removal, and no, because you have to ditch SOCs to get the increased removal. Feels bad. Never mind. For me.
Yeah, this is a really powerful card. The issue is, I honestly think that deck is too slow.
Yeah, it kind of suffers from that Royal Knight, where it's a time clock deck, where you're having to get to a certain point in the game just to be able to end the game.
Yes, and your opponent can skillfully play Pillowmons at the right moments to keep you from being able to do your win condition.
See, that's when your opponent's like, haha, I have Pillowmon on the board, I win, and you're just like, alright, Mega Digimon Assembly, Ultimate Chaos Mode, get wrecked.
You got it, dude. That's how you win.
That's how you win.
Ultimate Chaosmon, attack for 4 checks.
Unga Boonga.
Yeah, this card's a 4 to me. It definitely is, like, if you do get this effect off, I don't see a way how you don't win that game. It is possible, but I don't see how you lose.
Yeah.
The issue is getting to that win condition.
Yeah. It is a win condition, and that cannot be, like, looked at. Like, you can't just not acknowledge this is a win card.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It's like Alter B coming down. Like, you just know, okay, extend handshake.
Yeah.
Or, Ragno TK.
I agree. I think it's also a 4.
Mirai, the other secret, 4-cost option. Your turn when one of your Digimon with the Holy Beast, Archangel, or Fallen Angel trait is played. By suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. Then one of your Digimon may digivolve into Angelwomon or Lady Devimon in your trash with the cost reduced by 1. End of your turn, once per turn, 2 of your Digimon may DNA digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand.
I know we talked about this last time when we were reviewing these as the weekly reveals. It's not as good as the original Mirai, but it's still going to see play. It's still good.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that it's just going to allow you to, especially with the starter deck Gatomon, Evo into a level 5 for free, pretty good.
So this is a 3 or 4. I'm leaning towards 4. If you have both this Mirai and the old Mirai set up,
it's over.
You can basically hard play one of your Gatos and DNA into a Mastemon on your opponent while passing turn.
Yep. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I do think it was really good of them to give the Tamer the end of turn effect, because now you don't have to rely on getting the end of turn inheritables underneath stuff.
Yeah.
This is a much needed card for the archetype. It's a shame they made it a secret.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's kind of BS they made this the secret. But,
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the set, what else would we have made the secret rare? Another Demon Lord card, kind of like we did with the Royal Knight deck?
Ragna Ace.
I think...
No. The honestly, the best card in the whole set, Cherubimon Ace.
The Maste Ace.
Shut up, dude. I'd already forgotten. I think maybe Masty Ace could have been a good secret. I don't know. It always, like...
First ever secret Digitama card, the Gates.
That would have been hilarious, dude. The secrets are the win condition and the cards you need to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. That would be that would be Konami level.
I'm gonna give the Miri a 3. I was teetering on a 3 or a 4, but I think I'm gonna stick with a 3.
I like how much utility it has. I'm going for a 4.
Yeah. The fact that this can... So anything you would...
I think it being a secret hurts it.
We can't really look at it like that. Like, I do feel for budget players. However, this card game is exceptionally cheap, relatively speaking, if you compare it to basically any other card game.
Yep.
No, she's got mommy tax on her, unfortunately.
She does, but you can build most decks in this game for like $50, and she just is going to happen to increase the price a little bit. I think after the set comes out, she's going to plummet once people realize that Mastemon still isn't competitive. But at first, she probably is going to be kind of expensive. And she'll probably maintain some level of price, just like the old Mirai, just because of the mommy tax or whatever. But yeah, if you're trying to get this card and you're a budget player, I would give it like a few weeks and they'll start to go down.
Yeah, don't just base your purchases purely based on the words of a YouTuber that we see.
I'm buying all my Ragna Aces, all my Dia Aces night of release.
That's right. It's a shame there's not a pre-release for this set. You could spend extra money on
Oh, yeah, I'd pay that extra money. Alright, on to comic questions.
Do we want to give this...
I was just about to say that. Yeah. Overall, I think the set is a 3.
I will give it a 4 because I am going to say this is the return of all tarts having synergy with each other, just like with the Royal Knight set. So incorporating the all tarts into the overall set, the chase all tarts looks super good. The all tarts in general just look really good. Like, I'm going to be real bad if I pull one of them, what is his name?
Barbamon.
If I pull Barba Ace, I might just, Barba Alt, I might just rip it. I'm going to be real. But all the other alt arts for this set looks like super good. So I think buying a box for the set is actually super value. So I'm going for a 4.
This is a 3 for me, and the only reason it is because it has more ace cards that are playable. This is really similar to BT16 for me, where like if you're not playing one of the couple of archetypes that's supported in this set, you aren't getting any cards out of the set besides the ace cards, which is the only thing keeping it from a 2 to me.
Yep. No, go back, Sean. Go back.
No. Screw you.
Stop looking at it.
Yeah.
On to comment questions.
Comment questions. I'm going to read this one. It's not a question, but I just want to touch back on it. Johnny Stevens 259. I was so upset when I saw that the Lord Nightmon support was black instead of yellow or even yellow black. They were pretty good cards too. Same, Johnny. Same.
Imagine.
R.I.P. T's and P's to Lord Nightmon players.
Also, another comment I wanted to read out. Chris's haircut looks nice. Right,
Hatchikow 42.
Thank you.
First of all, why is it Chris gets a haircut and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it looks so good." I shave my face and I get called fat.
So I like how you said everybody, like it was more than just one dude.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Comments, huh? Let's show some favoritism. Why don't we?
Well, you didn't get a haircut. You just shaved your beard. That's different.
That's cutting hair.
You're not wrong, Brandon.
Thank you.
But you're also not right.
Anyway.
Nexelli9901. Hey, any chance we get an idea of a deck list of that Raid War Greymon list with both Black War Greymon and Black War Greymon X that you mentioned? I've been tinkering with an anti-meta. By the way, it's just straight Black War. I don't think you play Raid.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been tinkering with it. I might do a DCGO video with it. It's
I'd
really,
watch the hell out of that.
It's really stupid and funny. I still need to test it against actual decks to see like if it's worth playing. But I've been messing around. It's pretty dumb and fun.
Hell yeah. Do you think that you could play... No, I mean, I guess your Agumon lineup's fine. You wouldn't need to play Uko.
Oh, dude, it's not archetype locked at all. There's no Agumons. Okay. There's barely any Greymons.
Okay.
It's basically just good stuff.
Wait.
It's good stuff, 2-color. That's all.
Let's go. Okay. All right.
I already know he's about to read this one too.
That's right, dude. Sean is right. Benjamin Wiseman 6567. Sean is right. Magnex Yellow Vaccine is the best deck. Numon just happens to be the only deck that can beat it. Any restriction Numon makes Magnex easily the best deck in the format, unless that's it as well. Also, you didn't put Davos on the list. It can beat Numon. Spoilers, Davos lose to everything else.
Yep, unfortunately.
I think that's the problem with Davos, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the only reason they were good is because they had a really good matchup in Anume, but they basically lost to most other meta decks last format until they got Fang on the board. But now with Magna X running around, they can just ignore Fang. I didn't actually make that tier list that left them off, but none of us even thought about them as a deck to remember to put them on.
I will say,
for a good reason,
the more and more level 6 ace cards that come out, the
deck will... being forced to give your opponent memory in order to even play your game at all is always going to be a detriment. Like, the inability to choke people is really, really bad.
I agree. At least with the Dark Masters, the level 5s are cheaper. They're only 6 cost. But they're also searchers. And you get to play one of the Dark Masters into your breeding area for free.
Yeah, they set you up a lot more than the Deva cards. And even then, that deck's still not like crazy broken into most of the good decks.
Anything. All right. If I was going to put Davis on there, it'd probably be like somewhere towards the top end of like tier 2.
I agree. It'd be somewhere in tier 2 for me. Like, it could definitely beat some of the other decks.
So just now I did go ahead and pull up the Carfax for this next question, so you may read it, and then I will have it ready for you.
A block of tofu with the Peoria regional results out. Have you changed your mind about Numemon being S tier? So I never said it wasn't S tier. I said Mirage wasn't S tier. I think Nume so the player base, for the most part, is accepting that it's the best deck. So obviously it's going to have a lot of representation, much like when Beals was considered the best deck. It's going to be like over half the field. So of course it's going to have most of the tops because it is one of the two best decks in the format. And if it's an overwhelming majority of two best decks, it's going to see most of the tops if it's the most played deck in the field.
If you watch that back when he said that, I went from looking to phone to looking at camera like,
yeah.
Play that back.
Chris and Brandon think Mirage is S tier. I disagree. Ben would also think it's S tier. I disagree. They're afraid of the big bad boogeyman. That deck is not that good into the two best decks.
Hold on. So
not consistently.
3 out of 4 people think it's S tier. That is okay with putting it in there.
Hold on. What's the Carfax, Brandon? What's wrong? What's up with that regional?
I pulled up the actual top 16, and I was going to read them out if you guys were curious.
Yeah, it's like 12 Nume decks, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember any of us saying Numamon was an S tier.
I think they probably mean best deck in format because I was saying it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the breakdown is I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way up.
Numa X is easier to get a hold of.
Yeah.
All the cards are like nothing.
The only expensive cards in the deck, and air quotes expensive, are the Monzimons, which are still like $20. But if you've played the deck in the past, you have those. Yeah. And then the Valk Aces, which you play like 2 to 3 copies of, which fluctuate anywhere from like 10 to 20.
And if you play Ruin Mode.
True, yeah. If you play Ruin Mode and Death X, that does increase the price a little bit, but you absolutely do not have to play those cards.
Imagine going into a certain ace card that we just talked about and then ruin moding on top of it. Crazy.
Yeah.
That outs a Magna.
The ace card by itself outs the Magna if you have enough bodies.
Yeah, if you have enough. So, starting at the bottom, working my way up. This is in no particular order as far as like the actual placement goes.
Just give us the numbers.
The top 16.
Okay.
Yeah, just give us numbers.
There was one Mirage. There was one Machine Dramon. There was one Magna Armor. There were 2 Imperial.
What?
2 Yellow Vaccine, which I'm assuming are Magna X.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 9 Numa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as placement goes, 16th was Numa. 15th was Yellow Vac.
Don't do the placement so we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, we can do that next week.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like we said, Numamon's the easiest deck to get a hold of. Like,
it's the budget-friendly best deck in format.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm just saying, looking at the placements as well, it's not boding well.
Okay.
Anyways,
I'm not saying Magnex just smokes Nume. Like, I don't think it's an overwhelming advantage. I think it might be like 55-45 or 60-40 in Magnex's favor if you build and play the deck correctly against Nume.
But like, Numa also just has that generically easy to use style of deck gameplay, which I think makes it a lot more player friendly, if you will.
It's definitely more Unga Bunga Herder than Magna X Vaccine. I do agree with you.
Like, Chris picked up the deck and immediately did good. That's its whole stamp of approval.
Your Honor, I rest my case. Chris played it and played it well.
Anybody can pick up that damn deck and win with it.
Yeah, it's definitely a very easy deck to pilot, even when you barely know what you're doing.
Yeah, I think that's another factor we have to take into consideration when it would be considered best deck in format is ease of use.
I don't consider that.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm assuming the deck is in the best player's hands. I'm not saying, if you can hand this deck to anybody.
But see, then you have to reverse that, and you have to go, if we put this in a bad player's hands, and he still performs really well with it.
I think if you bad player is going to do bad player things. I think if you hand Magna X Vaccine to a player that has an understanding of how the game works, they can still do well. Like, I don't think that deck's. I think that deck's hard to play the best, but it's definitely you can still unga bunga people with that deck.
All right, what's the next comic question?
Going to the next question.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of these are just pointing out small little mistakes we made, like me with the penguin.
I do not make vids yet. Said the person most qualified to be a judge, Sean, is somehow not a judge. Sean rarely gets rulings wrong. Actually am a judge. But
I commented on that. I was like,
Sean is a judge.
Sean is a judge.
I do appreciate that. But yeah, I am a judge. I've been an official judge. I was a judge like a couple of years ago, back when the judge program first started, and then I guess they just started a new program, so I became an official judge again like a couple of months ago, I think. I do sometimes still get rulings wrong, though. But yeah, most of the time I am correct, especially if it's already something I've come across. I retain information pretty well. Bruh. I will read this. I'll read this question, or I'll read this comment, even though it's not a question. Damien Carr 168, thank you for being a member, Damien.
I was just reading too.
It's the reason why I'm reading this, even though it's not a question. Security Control, built right, has a good matchup into Magna X. The issue is that teching against Magna X severely weakens the deck because the cards that beat Magna X don't hurt other decks nearly as much. I actually ended up building my SetCon list to deal with every list but Magna X because most Magna X don't run Niaro, which is the biggest counter to the deck. As long as I dodge that matchup, I'm fine. But to deal with Magna X, you can run things like Pause Plugin, which prevents their Windigi, and then remove them next turn. And they also can't swing that turn, or they die to any card out of security for free, or run Venusmon, who does something similar. For a time, I was actually running Maid Mode ×2 because you can pause plug in something, put it in security, it gets hit out of -6k, and then goes just back to your hand to do it again. Also lets you play Revelations into security if you haven't seen Kara yet. Anyways, the deck is still good, it's just the meta is so diverse in the type of removal you need that it's weaker than BT15. Probably a tier 2 or tier 1.5 deck at the moment, which means it can still potentially take a regional this format, though it's super short, so it's unlikely. P.S. Hakoto, Hero's Dad, this format is absolutely insane. That's a 2-cost white tamer from RB1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Security Control is still good against everything besides Magna X.
Yeah.
The issue is, like Damien said, like you have to tech with Magna X in mind because otherwise, if you run into that deck, you just lose.
Right.
Probably read his other comment as well, a little further down. Just because it does have to do with something we were also talking about.
Okay, I'm still looking for...
Yeah.
Damien once again. We already have concrete rules on shuffling security for face-up cards. Per the CRM, Comprehensive Rules Manual, 1.3.10, when multiple cards are to be shuffled by a rule or an effect, you must randomize the order of those cards. If a card to be shuffled is public, it is made private before shuffling. And 3.7.3, if a face-up card is placed in security stack, the card becomes public information. So the issue... And I guess we didn't make this clear when we were discussing it. The issue is you're going to have some number of face up and face down security cards. So it is cool that we already have those rules, but how do you make both your face up and face down security cards private before shuffling them and then know which ones are supposed to still be face up at the end of the shuffle?
I think as the ruling is now, the way I would read it...
Swear to God, Brandon, if you tell me that we flip them all face down, I'm gonna tell Chris to go into your room and choke you.
I'll do it.
Because it says if a card to be shuffled is public, it is made private before shuffling. I think you would have to add an addendum to that, to where it would be like face-up cards stay face-up. Or something like that.
Yeah, because that would destroy that deck.
Yeah.
Just forcing your opponent to shuffle their security puts them all face back down. That would be real bad.
No, I agree. And plus, how long ago was that rule put in? They couldn't have imagined that they would eventually get to this, so they'd have to add something like a asterisk on it and be like, hey.
We will definitely have to cover that when it comes out. Like, when the set is closer to release and we get the Q&A that covers the B cards, it's going to be covered. All these questions we have are going to be answered.
I'm sure it will. But thank you, Damien. I can always rely on you to provide rulings and stuff. I'm sure you're an official judge because you seem to know what's up with things based on your comments. Oreo X1000, issue with sparking 0 question? Curious.
Okay,
Oh,
don't start.
God.
Chris, shut up. Let me have the floor. Shut up. I have literally 0 issues with the game, right? The problem is Chris likes to create issues
No.
You mean
And
like
then
you with a
start-
B deck?
and then intentionally go out of his way to start arguments with me. And then
No.
when I get combative, because of course that's how arguments turn out, he goes, "Man, why you gotta be so sensitive about it? I was just saying this. I was just saying this objectively wrong opinion. Why are you so defensive about it?"
But Brandon,
He
does
why
it
are
to me
you
with
so defensive?
AEW. He does it to me with the Dragon Ball. He does it to me anytime I
No.
replay a video game I've already played.
All I
All the
said,
time.
was all Sparking Zero is another 3D fighting game in Dragon Ball. That's it. Like, because this is how it started, Sean. This is how it started.
Okay.
Josh was
You say that
watching.
loud enough for the room to hear.
Listen, all
Did you
that
promise you
happened
wouldn't hit
was-
her today if she said that?
all that happened was Josh said, "Oh, I love how Hercule can run, or how Hercule's running, or something like that." And I said, "Josh, that's literally how he's been in every single Dragon Ball fighting game. That's
He then
nothing
goes,
new. It's the
"Yeah,
same.
all they
the
did is
same
just
He gets a
animation.
all the
jetpack
old
so he can
animation."
fly.
Yeah, it's this. I was like, it's the same
actually, they actually
animation.
took that away. He doesn't even have his jetpack right now.
Oh, he can't
Which
even
I know a lot
fly?
Yeah, he just floats. I know a lot of people were like kind of upset about that he needs to have the jetpack.
He needs to have the
He's like one of
jetpack,
those-
dude. Not canon.
Yeah, he's one of those characters that will just slowly just fall to the ground instead of like permanently be able to fly.
That upsets
Which
me.
I agree. I agree. I think he needs to have the jetpack.
Yeah, he absolutely needs to have the
So-
jet. That's stupid.
That's all I said. That's all I said. It was like, all it is the same animation. And then Brain got all upset because it's the truth. It's just new. It's just the new, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I see what you're saying. You're saying it's basically like the difference between like Madden this year and Madden next year. It's just
Yeah.
a new version.
But it's been so long since they've had a game. I can understand why they're excited. I'm just saying, I'm just not gonna get it because I just don't have fun with those games. But
Yeah, 'cause you're
Brandon
not
took offense to that. Brandon took offense to that, and they got all upset about it. And I'm like,
You
why?
just say these things.
He got all
purely
upset in
based-
spaghetti.
He says these things purely based on seeing 1 or 2 tweets about it.
No, oh my God, this isn't
We
even a
have
tweet.
gameplay of this.
Yes,
we've
yes.
he literally even said he literally even said, "Oh, I saw a tweet that was comparing the 2 animations."
Yeah, that's where I get some videos. I see it on YouTube too. It's just the same anime. That's it. You see how upset he gets? You see how upset he gets?
Brandon, you're getting
you
real
go out of
tight. I
that
don't know
way.
why.
Because you go out of your way.
I'm not going out of my way.
I don't think he's being a hater, Brandon.
Yeah.
I think you're
When it
getting
comes down
upset
to
because you think he's just
AEW?
hating for no reason.
When
Oh
it
my
comes down to
God.
AEW and wrestling, yes, he does. 1,000%.
No.
Well, that's
Listen,
not
you're
what
just
we're talking
upset.
about here.
Yeah, you're just
know,
upset
it's
Joe
just one of those
Hendry is
things-
the most viewed guys right now.
Don't say his name. Anyway,
He will appear.
don't worry about it, Sean.
Yeah, you don't get it,
All
Sean.
of
I'm
it
not
is-
worried about it. I know it's
is
a wrestling
Chris-
reference that I do not get.
Will go out of his way, and I truly
I
mean
will
go out of his
not.
way. I could just
I
be
do
sitting
not.
there. I could just be sitting there watching the show, enjoying myself, or watching a trailer,
Tell the
enjoying what
truth.
I'm watching, and then he'll
Tell the
just come out
truth.
and be like, "Ah, but that guy sucks. Ah, but you don't
No.
have any good ratings. Oh,
Nope.
but they just reuse the animations. It's not as cool as you think it is."
Tell the truth, Brandon. You don't even watch the damn shows anymore. You're on your damn Steam Deck half the time.
I am very much addicted to my Steam Deck.
Why is there a little pink cat on the
Oh,
bottom?
she's messing with her light. Hold it a little higher. You can actually see it in the reflection. Yeah, look at that. It's cool. It's just one of those like neon lights. I
Listen.
think she got it as a gift.
Brandon can try and play the victim all he wants for the comment section. We all
Sam,
know the truth.
When do I go out of my way just to poop on the things you like?
Based
I
on what you
don't.
told me, so I'm sure the truth is somewhere between you and Chris's story. Based on what I'm hearing, it sounds like Chris just shared an opinion and you got super bent out of shape.
Thank you! Thank you. Brandon gets so upset. He gets so upset when I share my opinion on something, and it doesn't directly in line with his.
Brandon, do you know what you kind of sound like?
Thank
the people
you.
that get butt mad when we criticize things on the sim. That's kind of what you sound like. No offense. I'm not comparing you to those people. I'm just saying like it sounds the same.
You?
Thank you,
You have
Sean.
shared your opinion, and now I'm upset with you too now.
And then Brandon gets mad. Brandon gets mad. He goes, well, when I share my opinion on something, you get mad. I'm like, no, I don't. That's your opinion. Like, I'm not going to try and change your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not going out of my way just to find things to complain about that are clearly untrue.
It didn't sound like he went out of his way, though.
I really didn't.
You do.
We were all it literally started. We were all standing outside of Josh's door, all of us, because we were about to leave for locals.
Mm-hmm.
We were all standing outside of his door when he was watching the trailer on his TV. And that's when Josh said that, and I just said, it's not that impressive. That's the same animation he's always had. And boom. Brandon's just like, no, it's not. You think it's that easy for them to just, copy and paste the animation to a new game? I'm like,
it actually is. It is that easy for them to do.
I'm like,
the Pokemon company has made quite a few billion doing that.
All I was saying was, if you look at all the games that Hercule's in, that's how he runs around. Why would they change something that's not broken? That's all I was saying.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
He got pissed off.
He's backpedaling so hard right now.
I'm not backpedaling. So, that's exactly what happened.
Maybe Chris does have a history of hating on things randomly just to make you mad.
Just to piss me off.
In this scenario, it does not sound like that's what took place.
It is what takes place.
Nope.
Because literally, I was just sitting there like, oh man, we just talked about this game relatively recently. I'm thinking about going back and replaying it. And then all I hear is, God, all you do is play and watch the same crap over and over again. Why don't you play something cool like God of War or The Last of Us?
I feel like I'm in a couples therapy session and I'm the therapist.
No, hold on. First of all, correct yourself before you wreck yourself. You said I think I'm either going to play Jedi Survivor again or play Spider-Man. I said, ooh, I'd love to replay those games too. I'd probably play Jedi Survivor first.
Yeah, but literally
and then
every
you said,
time I
yeah, me too.
But when I'll be like, oh, I want to play Dishonored again, which would be like my 5th playthrough of the game because it has a massive replay value. He'll be like, why don't you just play something new?
Yeah, I go, dude. No, because
I'll be watching like a Star Wars movie. He goes, God, why don't you ever just watch something new?
That's not even true.
Why don't you watch one of these 7 anime I've watched?
Pick something other than Star Wars because you're just wrong. Because I'd be like, oh, I love Star Wars.
All right, The Batman.
Yeah, you could probably watch something else. Rewatch Dune 2.
That movie's so mid.
He just finds ways to criticize everything I do.
Oh my god.
Honestly, he probably
such a victim.
If he does do it, he probably just does it because it's fun to get a rise out of you because you are very easily triggered, clearly.
Right? I honestly don't.
If it came from you, I'd be like, all right, yeah, that's a good conversation we could have about that. If it comes from him, I know he's doing it just to piss me off.
That's not the truth.
Even if that is the case, why do you let it?
Because eventually, if I just let it lie, I let him say it, he's going to keep saying it.
Okay.
My god.
Do you know what would happen if you ignored it and he just says it without any reaction from you? He would get sick of saying it. There's no fun in saying something to get a rise out of people. I'm arguing on the assumption that you're doing it on purpose, Chris. Just don't.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. But I'm not.
Tweet after tweet, tweet after tweet, tweet after tweet of here's something negative about something you like. Here's something negative about something you like. Here's something negative about something you like.
Brandon, you're literally feeding the trolls. How you respond to trolls is you don't give them a reaction. They will get tired of trolling. Even if they don't, who cares? If it doesn't bother you.
All right, I'm just going to assume there's no more comment questions.
That was the last comment question.
No, it was the last.
That's why I haven't cut you guys off. You guys are such brothers.
I'm telling you, I can't say shit on him.
You guys are clearly big and little brother. Like, it's... if I didn't know you were related, it'd be so obvious.
I mean, apparently it's not obvious to some of the comments sometimes. Like, God, they must really hate each other. It's like, no, we just been around each other for 20 plus years.
Are you talking about the handshake thing where they don't even know that what you guys look like?
Yeah.
Old episodes of the podcast.
Oh, I forgot about those questions.
I mean, we're 40 deep, you know, it's bound to happen.
That is true.
Sometimes I forget we've already talked about certain things, and it's like, oh yeah, we have talked about that.
Yeah, I would definitely forget if we've already addressed a topic before at this point.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the topic's worth, like, revisiting, just for, you know, modern standpoints.
Sweet. I can go eat now.
I'm going to eat lunch as well.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably, I have some spicy chicken nuggies. I'll have those. Those things are good.
All right, boys. Have a good
Later.
day.
All right. Bye.